obviously elected to receive the football. Derek Holloway, number 29, is the key man, and he is a holder of a new school record for returning kickoffs. Raul Allegra will kick it off for the University of Texas, and we are underway at Fayetteville at Razorback Stadium. Ball is bobbled around in the end zone, and there'll be no return of this one. So it'll come back out to the Arkansas 20, and there the Razorbacks will go to work in their first possession with Tom Jones starting at quarterback. He has a sore knee. Jesse Clark, the big fullback, biggest back they've got, is healthy. Gary Anderson, a will-o-the-wisp kind of a runner, a slasher. Mark Missler is your flanker. And Derek Holloway, the young man we were just talking about, is the split end. Texas will set up at the beginning in what amounts to a four-man front. Once in a while, big number 48, Schenkel, will go into a down position, but it's a 4-4 right now. 4-3, and it could be very well called a 4-4. They hand it off inside, and it goes to the big man, the big fullback, and he breaks it big. He comes all the way out to the 45, 46-yard line. Jesse Clark is 6'1", 227, a junior from Crosset, Arkansas. And another look at it.
Right over Sims, it appears. You see number 77 there being blocked by Court. Sims almost gets him. Schenkel misses number 48. And, of course, Clark comes out of there with a big gainer right off the top. Number 33 there. Good run.
Well, they did test Big 77 early, didn't they?
Right off the top.
Did not get him mad too soon, though. Double wide, top of the picture for Arkansas. They go inside to Anderson this time, and Gary Anderson from the 45 up to midfield. The offensive front for Arkansas now. Ronnie Trusty is at 257 at tackle. Charles Ginn is at 260 at guard. Jay Beckett, the center, weighs in at 260. Steve Court, the fellow Arrow was talking about, 263 guard. Alfred Mohammed is in at 270. And the tight end is Darrell Mason, 224. So they're pretty hefty themselves. Second down at about 5 from midfield. Jones goes outside to Anderson, and not much there. As a matter of fact, he lost a yard as Texas closed on him in a hurry, and the strong safety, Bobby Johnson, closed quickest of all. There's the defensive front and linebackers for Texas. Johnson, the strong safety, will often be seen supporting at the line of scrimmage. Bobby, number 28. There's the rest of the defensive secondary for Texas. So it is third down and 6 now for the Hogs, and let's see if they put it up. In possession of Arkansas on the snap, fumble off the snap. And it's going to put Arkansas in motion and all kinds of stuff. So Texas is just going to say, we'll take the ball and let's get on with it.
Very unusual situation. Beckett snapped the ball before any count, and it's rare to see.
In the punt now, Bruce Leahy. He's a left-footed kicker. Spins it up, and a fair catch is called downfield for the University of Texas at their own 21. So the Longhorns, with Bobby Johnson calling the fair catch, will take over, and that's how Texas got to be number 1. They looked awesome last week in that second half against Oklahoma. Well, let's see what Arkansas's defense can do now as Texas denies the Razorback after that first 25-yard gallop by the big fullback. Texas is going to come up here with the same unit we saw last week. Jam Jones, number 24, will be the deep man out of the I-back position. Rick McIver will be the quarterback. Carl Robinson will be the fullback. And the former quarterback, Donnie Little, will be your wide receiver. We'll show you their picture in just a minute. Here's your first play of the ball game. And the ball is fumbled, and Billy Ray Smith recovers for Arkansas. That's the way they started a ball game last week. They fumbled the opening kickoff, and Oklahoma jumped on it and took it in for a touchdown. And here, McIver never got away from the snap with it.
It looked like McIver was trying to turn before he had full possession of the ball. Big break to turn over right off the top here. There's Billy Ray Smith, number 87, in the right defensive end. Smells the ball, sees it, and there he's got it.
So a big chance for Arkansas from the Texas 19. Tom Jones sets him up. It goes to Anderson, and Anderson is down to about the 16. About 3 yards on the carry, and again, he finds it pretty rough going as Eric Holley leads the defensive surge for Texas.
Interesting that every one of the runs by Arkansas thus far has been to the right.
You know why? Because you get better traction coming this way off that artificial rug. You go the other way, it's slick.
That's right. That's exactly right.
2nd down and 7. Jones, they go the other way. Anderson, see, he had trouble getting his footing, cutting back.
That's right. It's interesting. All of the AstroTurf seems to all go to the east. And when a wet surface, you're better off running west.
They are running against a rough defensive unit. You can see right there.
Last week, they yielded some yardage in the first half, but the second half, they were just absolutely awesome. Looked at that film again yesterday, and they were just awesome against Oklahoma.
They're not only stingy, they're mean.
They were tattooing them.
3rd down and about 6. From the Texas 15, Jones bumps into Anderson, but has time to Clark. Throws to Anderson. Anderson's inside the 5, to the goal line. 1st and goal to go Arkansas. Gary Anderson. And Tom Jones dropped back. He banged into Clark, his fullback. And they almost lost that play.
Beautiful quick screen. It was well executed. If you watch here, he makes the draw to Clark, comes back out here, and you see the little screen. You can see a couple of blocks that are set up. He turns inside, number 64, who is Jay Beckett, throws a great block, and he's down to the 1-yard line. Well executed screen.
Anderson's a 175-pounder, stronger perhaps than he looks on 1st and goal for Arkansas. At the Texas 1, Jones, touchdown.
It's almost a carbon copy of a week ago.
Extra point try now. Taylor holds and Leahy will kick. Fumble the snap. Taylor fumbles the snap. And Arkansas loses the extra point. So at 11:06 to go in the 1st quarter. Texas fumbles, Arkansas recovers, goes 19 yards to lead 6-0.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Yes, we're that little paper, the Razorback American. We are your free community paper, featuring an accurate and complete television and HBO directory. Let us help you put your selling message into action with creative ads that get results. Root for us, we'll work for you. The Razorback American newspaper, 3900 Rogers Avenue, 782-3633. The Razorback American. You can afford to advertise with us.
It doesn't take long to figure the advantages of Superior Federal's new tax-free All-Saver certificate. The $2,000 in interest you can earn tax-free is the safest, highest-yielding investment available to anyone in the tax bracket over 28%. To make a good thing even better, when you open our All-Saver certificate, we'll throw in the calculator we used for the figuring absolutely free. Superior Federal has the best deal in town on All-Saver certificates. It figures.
He's a good one. Real speedster, Jitter Fields and Johnny Walker back there with him. And Steve Baden kicks it off for Arkansas and knocks it way back in the end zone, and Walls is coming out. He was at least 6 yards deep, and there's a penalty flag down, and they bury him back at the 10. That was a bad decision. So while we are waiting for the call on the decision, here are the young men who start in the backfield for Texas. McIver, you've seen there. Carl Robinson, a solid football player out of Temple. Jam Jones, who had a big week last week. And Maurice McCloney, who had a big day against Oklahoma. Donnie Little, who was a quarterback last year, turned into a fine wide receiver. Joe Thomas is the referee. The Arkansas defensive people being called on the field so the referee could talk to them about what they want to do, and there's Fred Akers now. Under the rules this year, your entire team can come to the sidelines if they so choose.
Yeah, I would have liked that when I was coaching. Get them all over there. That used to be you could bring one over there, the quarterback. If there's anything motivational-wise, you can help it.
There was a penalty called up around the 15, 16-yard line. They downed Herky Walls back at the 10. on the kickoff return. Walls is way back in the end zone, 5-6 yards.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd run it out. He was really deep in there. He hesitated just momentarily, and then this is tough field position.
Here's the call.
Flipping! Receiving team.
Okay, Texas starting off ragged today. They're making mistakes early like they did last week. Tabolka at tackle's a big guy. He's at 246. Sheeran at 255. Mike Babb, a fine center, 265. Big right guard is Doug Dawson, 260. Terry Tosh at right tackle, 266. And your tight end is a big fella, Lawrence Sampleton, 6'6", 234. This time McIver handles the ball, gives it to his fullback, Carl Robinson. He's buried right about the line of scrimmage. And here's the defensive unit now for Arkansas. And though we've got Billy Ray Smith listed in there as a defensive end, you'll see him all over the field. Arkansas working off a 4-3 set, it says on the book. Well, that doesn't always apply because Don Lindsay does a little bit of everything with them. He moves them all over the field. Second down and 10 from the 6 for Texas. 10.5 minutes to go, first quarter. McIver gives it to Jan Jones, and A.J. is out to about the 8, 9, and there he stops. They'll give him to the 9, so they'll be looking at third down and long. And here is the final score. The Hawkeyes of Iowa have defeated the Michigan Wolverines at Ann Arbor 9-7. So Hayden Fry is the miracle man of 81 right now.
Between Wisconsin and Iowa in that section, can't believe that. They're just knocking everybody off.
Penn State, meantime, rolls right along. Thank you. Third down and 7 from the 9 for Texas. Team in white's ranked number 1. No, sir. Philip Boren, number 75, a big sophomore from Dallas, wearing a red shirt, gets him, and the Arkansas defense is really jacked up.
Well, they didn't have much option. I'm talking about Texas. They had terrible field position, didn't want to take too much chance. They'll go ahead and punt the ball. They're going to get poor field position, but it's not a very auspicious start for the number 1 team.
John Goodson now is back in the end zone to punt, and he will have the win, what little there is. Not that much. Kind of stormy day. We had a lot of rain. Oh, they snap it over the end zone. Two-pointer for Arkansas. David Jones does the snapping for Texas, and he sailed it almost into the stand. And it's 8-0 Arkansas.
I mean, it wasn't even close. The ball was clear over his head. You watch here, look at it. He had no chance.
John needed a step ladder.
Well, I don't know. As I say, it's awful tough to get yourself up again. You can see him sort of walking around, and maybe this will be a shock therapy to the Longhorns. Certainly, it's been a very tough start for him.
Scores. Pittsburgh big over Florida State. Bobby Bowden's Oktoberfest getting a little bit of bad seasoning today up at Pittsburgh. North Carolina coming back against North Carolina State to win 21-10, and Iowa State leading Missouri 14-7 in the second quarter. That's a big one out west. Wisconsin is getting drummed today too. Michigan State. You know, Michigan State was in the hunt with Michigan last week until late in the ball game. And look what they're doing to the Badgers this week. So Iowa's going to be sitting on top of the Big Ten all by themselves. My goodness.
Once again, you've got
I think
surprises.
it's terrific. It's terrific, isn't it? You never know.
I guess that 95 has brought parity to college football.
All right, John Goodson, after the safety, is going to punt the football. And they're standing back at the 15. He's got to hit it at the 20. He does. It's a beauty. Way back to the 18, Gary Anderson. He's got a little bit of a crease on the left side, but then the white shirts close it up at the 42. Mike Luck and Don Holloway made the stop for them. 9:06 to go in the first quarter, and it's been nothing but bad news for Texas so far. Arkansas leading 8-0. The Hogs have the ball, and they're in good field position out on their own 42. Illinois in the third quarter with a 3-point edge. I tell you, look out for Mike White. Good football coach. And he's obviously doing things. Florida at halftime over Ole Miss. And Auburn, Georgia Tech got a good one going. All right, here's Arkansas to the attack now. From the 42. Double wide to the top of the bottom of the picture, right side. Jones going to put it up, goes deep. He's got Holloway out there. Can't get it, overthrew him. Holloway was open.
Ooh.
He'd gotten behind William Graham, and he was open.
Jones just made a little fake in there, and it held the defensive secondary. They normally play man-to-man, and Holloway got that more than just one step. Jones just overthrew it a bit. Watch him here, just make a little fake to the dive back, which is Clark. Steps right back, just overthrows the ball a tad. Holloway makes a tremendous effort. Watch him launch himself, trying to get it just off the fingertips.
Second down and 10 for Arkansas. They lead 8-0 with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Going to throw it again, has time. Now he runs out of time, gets it off, trying to deliver the ball toward his fullback, number 33, Jesse Clark. Kika Diallo, number 31, had come in to get a hold of him.
He put pressure on, made him throw. He was knocked backwards, and he was off balance. They were trying to hit the tight end coming across, but he was off balance when he threw it. Good pressure by the Texas defense.
It'll be third down and 10. Arkansas looking right here for what you said earlier, the big play. They don't want to sit in there and bump heads all day. Texas got a six-man front up there right now. Jones on a roll. He's got Holloway again. And misses it.
They had Vance Bedford one-on-one out there. Number 41 had him beat again. Jones just overthrew it a little bit. Virtually the same play. Makes a little bit of a fake in here. A full flow to the right. Gets pretty good protection here. He's got him open. And again, just a tad long. Watch right here. Bedford's number 41, the coverage man. And he is beaten by more than one step. And the ball is just a tad to the outside.
And so they'll kick. Leahy standing back inside his 30. Herky Walls deep for Texas. Leahy spins a beauty. Goes right through Wall. Arkansas's got a chance. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Texas ball. Jitter Fields was a man trying to find a handle on it and couldn't do it, and finally pursued it out of bounds, and Texas has the ball, but look where they are. Back on about the 6.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Hi, I'm Tom Bull. We're celebrating the opening of our new location at 2210 Towson Avenue with some great buys on RCA TV and Whirlpool appliances. See all the new shows in their best color on RCA Color Track and save up to $100. Color portables only $3.99. Other models only $88. It's Tom Bull's Appliance Center, 2210 Towson Avenue. We can make you the best deal in town, and that's no bull.
From the land of sky blue waters, from the land of pines, lofty blossoms, discounts, refreshing. Pour an ice-cold Hams and treat yourself to the premium beer from the land of sky blue waters. Great tasting Hams. Hams are feel refreshing. Hams are feel refreshing. Hams.
Arkansas on top, 8-0. Almost had the football again. Had wide receiver open twice. They didn't get the ball, didn't get the big play. Now Texas, and they are marked at the 4. They're well inside the 5. And they've started at the 21, at the 6, and 5. This is their 4th possession. So far, they've done nothing. Jam Jones comes over the right side, gets it out close to the 9. Got a little better surge that time by the offensive front, and Teddy Morris, the weak side linebacker, was there to knock him down.
It's a fine offensive line. Of course, they've got terrible field position and working position. They want to get themselves out of this jam if they can.
Arkansas bunch last week didn't give up much to Texas Tech. Put it on the 8. Second down at about 6. McIver gives the ball again to Jam Jones. And Arkansas jams it up just over the 10.
Well, Freddie Akers told me he was concerned about the Arkansas defense because the multiple scheme made it very difficult to figure out what they were doing. And they have to run a very simple, positive offense. They really haven't had field position yet to really operate.
Whoa, nothing doing. nothing doing. Take a look at one of the big guys in the Arkansas defense, number 87, Billy Ray Smith.
Watch him right here as he goes to the outside. Oh, looks like number 79, Tausch, right there. That's Tausch. Look at that. He's got a hold of his shirt. He still avoids him and comes in here and makes the play. Oh, that really is embarrassing, at least for the Texas offensive line.
Now let's see if they can get together on the punting game as Goodson is standing deep in the end zone. Good snap this time. John gets it out of there, and it's a dandy. Anderson backs up to the 41. Gets a hold. He takes it back inside the Texas 40 to the 39. 52-yard punt, but a 19-yard return. You've got 6:50 to play in the first quarter. Arkansas with all kinds of opportunities here in the first quarter, but they've only scored one touchdown and a safety.
Good field position again.
Just inside the 40 is where they put it in play. Jones, a quarterback, keeping the ball.
I think he just missed the handoff
I
and
think he did.
ran right into the hole. That was good reaction on his part.
The Rams and the Dallas Cowboys will get together at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, Sunday night. And then we come right back on Monday night with the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions from the Silverdome in Pontiac. A couple of NFL games for you this weekend on ABC. Second down, 6. Ball goes in there to the big fullback. And Jesse Clark, who's a 227-pounder, hammers for the first down as he reaches the Texas 28.
Running right at the strength of the Texas defense. Schenkel, Schultz, and Sims. And popping it right through there. Good blocking on the part of Beckett and Court and Muhammad.
Keith Kidd, number 83 now, is one of the wide men. Clark and Anderson are the setbacks. Goes to Clark. And the fullback reaches the 25. Picked up 3. Have a look at what's going on in the trenches with 77 of Texas, Kenneth Sims.
There he is, 6'3", 270. A real man, I'll tell you. Okay, Court right there, number 66, is trying to block him. He goes down around the legs. You see Sims avoid him. Good quick feet, comes right across and makes the play on Anderson. A very fine play by Sims.
Ball just inside the 25. Second down, 7. Jones gives it to Clark again, and Clark gets a yard, maybe a little more. So Tom Jones is going to be looking now at third down and about 6.
It's amazing. They're going right at Sims here. Of course, the last 2 plays, he's shown what kind of player he is.
4:55 to play in the first quarter. Anderson, the lone remaining back. They put the fullback Clark up in the slot. Jones's pass is to Clark. He's got it. Dives for the first down neighborhood, and he's close to it. They're going to rule him down, I think, before the ball came loose, but he's right about the marker.
Well, they're taking advantage of the man-to-man coverage on the part of Texas. Clark went up into the line, forced man-to-man coverage by the linebacker, and he outran him.
The measure for the first down. Joe Thomas, the referee. Zeke Martin, the umpire. It is a first down. Bob Jones, the linesman. Chris Carraway, the line judge. Don Ponder, the field judge. And Horton Nacerda is the back judge. There's the time remaining in the first quarter. Razorbacks dominating this first quarter of play. Texas has had almost no field position. They've had it snapped out of the end zone. They fumbled the ball a couple of times deep. Now here's Arkansas knocking on the door from the 18. Jones down the line, keeps it, goes down. Kenneth Sims, Bruce Schultz, and Kika Diallo.
Watch him try to double-team Sims right here and watch him fight off the blockers. Number 77, You can see 66 Court and the center Beckett come across. It looks like they've got him blocked. Look at him throw him off right there. Come from the backside. There's Jones. And, of course, Schultz, number 51, is giving him help.
They get a dry football into the game. I told you that that's what Bill Fleming will have for you on College Football 81. It's rained hard here the last couple of days. This morning rained very hard, and this afternoon there is a tornado watch in some regions of this section of the country, particularly in the Oklahoma area, which has already had a lot of trouble with flooding. The Texas band started yesterday with 7 buses. They had nothing but flooded roads and a terrible struggle to get here in time for the ball game. Second down at about 12. Jones stands up, puts it up, and it is intercepted. It is intercepted. There is a fine play by the Texas defender, Vance Bedford. Texas once again will be, however, dreadfully deep in their own territory back on about the 2-yard line. But Bedford was battling with Kidd, came down with it.
That was a great piece of defensive work here. Watch Vance Bedford, number 41. He's got him one-on-one. Looks like let him come back and jump in the air and take that away. Fantastic defensive play.
3:48 to play first quarter. Arkansas leading 8-0.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Merchants National Bank, putting local money to work, helping local people. In recent months alone, Merchants has loaned hundreds of thousands of dollars to new and established businesses in this area. Merchants believes these loans are important to keep our area growing and alive, to create and keep jobs at home, and to help you, your neighbors, and the entire community. It's our goal to keep your money at home, working for you. Merchants National Bank, making loans for nearly a century.
Yes, we're that little paper, the Razorback American. We are your free community paper, featuring an accurate and complete television and HBO directory. Let us help you put your selling message into action with creative ads that get results. Root for us, we'll work for you. The Razorback American newspaper, 3900 Rogers Avenue, 782-3633. The Razorback American. You can afford to advertise with us.
That's Bedford, the man who made the fine defensive play. Texas now getting the ball for the 4th time. They've started on the 21, the 6, the 5, and the 2. They are definitely down in an area where they must be very careful and probably conservative.
Well, that's where you can't take any chances. They've made enough errors in the first half, and they've been fortunate just to lose 8 points of it. Bedford made a super play. He's not a very big guy. He's only 160 pounds, but certainly that interception was very key.
All right, we're ready to go now as Texas huddles in its end zone. First down on its 2 after the Bedford interception. Babb, the center, McIver, the quarterback. Arkansas jumps into a 6-man front. They give it to the F-man and fumble the football. Arkansas trying to claim it.
And he was down.
Mike Luck in at fullback, number 26, turned it loose as he took a shot, but Texas keeps it up at the 5. Second down and 7. Arkansas defense jumping around. Ball goes to the tailback or the I-back. And you've got a penalty flag thrown from the near side with Jam Jones carrying the ball over the 10. Close to a first down, but let's see about the penalty.
Look at his motion.
Looked like it.
The Arkansas defense is jumping around, causing some confusion on the part of Texas. Of course, this is what Lou Holtz said they had to do, to move around in there with their smaller men to create some offensive confusion by the blockers, because that's a seasoned offensive line that Texas has.
Well, they almost have to accept the penalty because Texas is very close to the first down.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Moving from the 5 back inside the 3. Half the distance.
Now I think that jumping around by Arkansas caused that.
Could be. Second down and a long 9 for the first down.
Oh.
Fumble! Ball went for Jones. Jones never got a hold of it. Just hold on. It is Arkansas's ball. And there's a penalty flag down. Remember, there's a penalty flag down. It's against Texas, apparently. And so the Hogs have it again. Another golden opportunity as a result of a Texas mishandling the ball.
This quarter's got to be a nightmare to Freddie Akers. I know exactly what he feels like. It's one of those days where nothing goes wrong. Let's see what causes this. It looked like McIver put the ball very high on Jan Jones's shoulder. It wasn't right in the socket or right in the abdominal area, and out she came because it kind of hit on the shoulder.
Jeff Goff recovered it for Arkansas, and the Hogs have it first and goal to go at the Texas 5. An 8-man front up there for the Hornets. Jones to Anderson. Touchdown! For the extra point try. That safety could well be an important thing before this day is done. You know that?
Well, that last time, that extra point that they had was a low snap. They mishandled the ball, and they missed it. Let's see what happens here.
Nailed it.
Perfect.
So with 2:54 to play in the first quarter, Arkansas leads 15-0 over top-ranked Texas. And here's the touchdown play. And watch 66 pull out of the line. The fullback 33, Clark, and between the two of them, they escorted Mr. Anderson over for the touchdown.
Good hard running by Anderson. He drove right on through what might have been a tackle at about the 3-yard line. Court, the right guard, number 66, pulls, as you see here. Anderson right behind him. 48, Schenkel, he blocks. Schenkel is knocked clear back into the end zone, and Anderson follows him with the ball.
That is Anderson's first touchdown of 1981. And there's a whole lot of suey pigs echoing around this part of Arkansas right now.
Well, remember, it was 14-3 last week. This team came back. But the momentum certainly is with the Razorbacks.
Baden will kick it. Walls is deep for Texas. Kicks it away from Walls. It comes over to Walker. Walker is caught and knocked down inside the 15. Mike Harris downfield. The hot man split the seam and got in.
You know, as I said at the top of the show at our opening, it is from past experience, I know that it's tough to come off of an emotional game as they did. And you can see them, they're walking. They're not really hustling. You can see Arkansas here. They're really up. They're the underdogs. And I'll tell you, that's tough to fight when you're number one. They got everything to gain. Arkansas does, little to lose. And, of course, you see the flatness of the Texas team, although they've really been saddled with just terrible field position.
They have given him just beyond the 15. So that's where Texas takes over at the 15. McIver's got it. Wants to throw it. Throws it in the crowd. Incomplete. Billy Ray Smith was all over the Texas quarterback.
I watch Billy Ray. He's lined up as a linebacker right now. He comes right on in when he sees the sprint out pass by McIver to the right. Avoids blockers. Look at him come right off of that. Put pressure on McIver right here. McIver has to drop back to throw the ball. Throws it off balance. And he knocks him to the ground. This guy is some kind of football player.
Well, his daddy was, too.
Yeah, right here. Here in Baltimore Colts.
Second down and 10. McIver to throw it. raced out of the pocket. He's got room on the sidelines, but he goes deep for Sampleton and can't get it. So Sampleton, who didn't see the ball last week, except on a couple of occasions, hadn't seen it much all season, goes deep that time.
Punt return.
And he is a terrific target anywhere on the field. Goodson now loosening up on the sidelines. As Texas is going to be looking at 3rd down and 10.
Texas needs a big play. They need one. I thought they might get it right there. Look at that. Look at the field position. And look at what they've done. Fumble, gave a safety on a bad snap, punt, and another fumble turnover. They've had just terrible field position.
McCloney and Little now are wide. Right and left, respectively, as he goes back, tries to swing it out of the backfield to his fullback, Robinson. There was tremendous penetration by Teddy Morris, linebacker, on McIver, and Rick didn't have any choice but to dump it.
Well, a lot of pressure on him. He was trying to get the ball away quick. You see right here, 57, Teddy Morris coming right in here. Halfback comes in, makes a good block on him, but he's forced to throw the ball too soon. The whole timing is off, and they have to punt it away.
2:33 to play in the first quarter. 15-0 Arkansas, and look where John Goodson's got to stand, on his goal line. Again. Low snap, has to pick it up, gets a good kick out of there. Gary Anderson. He's quick. Good return again by Anderson as he comes back to the Texas 46. Craig Curry brought him down. Another fine punt by Goodson of 47 yards, but again, a 16-yard return.
See, Mason made a good block, number 82, to free this thing up, and you can see the elusiveness of Anderson. He's a very fine football player. I'll tell you this, poor old Freddie Akers must think there's only one half to this field here.
Texas sure hadn't seen much of the other side of midfield, have they?
They sure haven't.
First down, Razorbacks, Longhorn 46. Tom Jones looking to throw it. He's got a man open and missed him. Had a man wide open and missed him. You've got a penalty flag thrown along the line of scrimmage as Jeff Lighting came in and decked Jones. Lighting's presence might have had something to do with the pass. Let's check the penalty here. Arkansas.
Illegal use of the hands.
That's opposed to holding.
Like 5 yards instead of 15 or 10.
Well, now, the Los Angeles Dodgers win a ball game at Montreal today by a score of 7-1 to tie the National League Series at 2-2. Bert Hooton took the win today for the Dodgers, and Gullickson took the loss for the Expos with Steve Garvey hitting a 2-run home run.
Offense, refuse. Second down.
Well,
it's one of those teaser-type decisions. You could see him trying to make a decision whether or not they wanted to give 1st and 15 or 2nd and 10, and they decided to go 2nd and 10.
Well, they've got a lot of confidence in that Texas defense. Mark Douglas is in. Thomas Brown is in the Arkansas backfield. Jones keeps it, and not much there. A couple of yards, that's about all. Mark Douglas and Thomas Brown behind Tom Jones. This briefly is what happened as Texas opened the ball game with a fumble, and Jones sneaked it in as Arkansas took a quick 6-0 lead. Then a long snap out of the end zone by Texas as they were punting from poor field position, made it 8-0 Arkansas. And Anderson, after exercising another Texas fumble, took it in from 5 yards. So it's been all Arkansas here in the first quarter. Jones on 3rd down and 8, gets his pass off short. Pass is caught. The receiver was on his knees at the Texas 35, and that'll be a first down. The catcher, Darrell Mason.
Boy, Jones stayed in there real well with some pressure.
So Arkansas is just continuing, Ara, to dominate this football game.
Watch Jones stay right in here as he gets some heat. He takes plenty of time. He's getting good blocking. Steps up into the pocket. You'll see Sims, number 77, right there. Almost gets him. He stays right in there. He's not gun shy. Lou Holt said he's really a tough kid. Just like his papa.
So the Razorbacks are inside the Longhorn 35, first down. They lead 15-0 in the first quarter and give the ball to Thomas Brown, a junior out of Montgomery, Alabama. In first downs, Texas has not made a first down so far in the ball game with a minute to go in the first quarter. Arkansas with 5. But more importantly, Arkansas with 15 big points. Texas has been flat. They've done nothing but make mistakes.
Well, they really have. A lot of football to play yet.
Indeed. Clock is running at 40 seconds to go. Keith Jackson, Ara Parsegian, and Steve Davis here at Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Texas with a 5-man front. Linebackers filling the holes, and down goes the Arkansas quarterback Jones as Schenkel grabbed him. That time Schenkel, the middle linebacker, had stepped up into a lineman position. And so now Arkansas looks at 3rd down, just short of the Texas 30, and they've got to go just inside the 25 to get the first down. So they really need the better part of 6 yards.
They'll let this quarter go by here so they can kick the ball downfield, or downwind, I should say.
So the first quarter is over. A surprise, Arkansas 15, Texas nothing.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Where does the Safeway Triple Cash Rebate Guarantee mean the most to you? At the checkout counter, because it's your total food bill that counts. And dollar for dollar, your total food bill is less at Safeway. And Safeway guarantees it. We pay you triple the difference in cash. You save or we pay. That's the Safeway Triple Cash Rebate, a guarantee you can count on. At the checkout counter and throughout your Safeway store. Come shop Safeway and see. You save or we pay.
We really eat better by saving on specials with our new refrigerator freezer. We rent it from Color Time like our TV.
Why wait when you can rent now from Color Time, America's largest rent-to-own system? Nobody rents faster or easier. No extra delivery or service charges. And brand names like RCA, Rutherford, Whirlpool, and Sansui.
It pays to rent from Color Time.
Call America's largest. Call Color Time.
Color Time now in Fort Smith, Photo, and McAllister.
We'll go now to quarter number 2. With Arkansas leading Texas 15-0. Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville. All Arkansas in the first quarter. They played the whole game down on the Texas side of the field practically so far. The ball is sitting now just short of the 30. 3rd down and 6 for Arkansas. Tom Jones to throw. Pressure from Kenneth Sims. Throws short, pass incomplete, intended for Mark Douglas. And Sims was putting on the heat. So it is 4th down, and Leahy comes out. He is the punter and the place kicker. Does he have a tee in his hand? Yes, he does. So he's going to go for a long field goal with the wind at his back. And we've got a Texas player down on the field. So time is out for the injured Texas player for the moment. Leahy had come out with a kicking tee, and he's going to put it down back on the 37. It'll be a 47-yard attempt. The Texas Longhorns, #1 ranked, coming off the big win over Oklahoma last week. They moved on past Penn State into the top spot. And as we showed you at the very beginning of the telecast today, it's been pretty hard to stay on top in the polls. Penn State did win big today over Syracuse, 41-16. There was a huge upset. Pittsburgh won big, too. Look at that. My goodness. But the biggest story of the day, I guess, has to have come from Ann Arbor, Michigan, where North Carolina barely edged NC State. But there's the big one. Hayden Fry and his Iowa Hawkeyes, they sit on top of the Big Ten. Bruce Schultz, linebacker, was the young man shaken up, and you see trucks off. So now here is a 47-yard attempt, the longest by Leahy in his career, a 48-yarder against Texas Tech last week. He's 3 out of 4 from past the 40. Snap is good, the hold is good. The kick is in the air, and it is good. Let me very quickly tell you that if he had missed that, Texas would have gotten the ball outside their own 30, but he didn't miss it. It slid inside the left upright, and it's now an 18-0 Arkansas lead, and Leahy is now 11 of 12 in field goals this year.
When he was warming up before the ball game, he was popping that thing through about 55 yards downwind.
Vanderbilt leading Georgia in the first quarter. And Michigan State beating Wisconsin in the fourth quarter. Badgers have scored a lot of points on the board in the old Maryland-Wake Forest tussle today, weren't they?
Ah, here's a comeback by Ohio State.
Yeah, Illinois had them a while ago, 27-24. Another look at the reaction of Leahy on the good field goal. Auburn under Pat Dye starting to get a little tougher, beating Georgia Tech 31-7. Here's the kick now, going to be brought back by Walker, John Walker, and he comes up to the 15. And once again, the Arkansas kicking unit, the specialty team era, has just been terrific. Texas hasn't been able to get to the 20 yet.
Well, Lou Holt said yesterday as I was visiting with him, and he said the difference in this ball game, he says, might be the kicking game. He says, ours has been very good.
I'll tell you, they get downfield in a hurry. First quarter of this ball game, the first time this year that Texas has failed to make a single first down in the first 15 minutes of the game. They don't have one yet, and we're in the second quarter at 14:44. McIver gives the ball to Jam Jones, and A.J. gets outside this time and gets a little help and gets it up across the 20 to about the 21.
But their biggest gainer thus far. Well, you can see the dominance of the Arkansas team. No first downs for Texas. Yardage is 85-9, but what those statistics do not show was just the absolutely terrible field position that Arkansas forced Texas into, and also the mistakes that were made to create that.
Second down 4 for the Horns at the 21. Jones again. Arkansas defensive flow is pretty good. Hogs are yelling the ball came loose. Officials say no. They're going to mark it up at the 23. And they'll be looking at third down at about 2. A.J. has carried the ball. Jones has 8 times and 16 yards so far. And we've got 13 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. We're in the second quarter. 18-0 Arkansas. Third down and a very long 2, about 2.5. Jones, up the middle he goes. He's got the first down of the ball game. He was bumped by somebody as he hit the line of scrimmage, but he had his hole, and he ran it through to the 30. And the Longhorns have a first down.
The Arkansas linebackers blitzed that time, but they picked it up well in just a straight isolation play from the I-back position. And as you mentioned, they get their first down, and we're into the second quarter.
Walker is in and Jones is out at the tailback spot, and Alabama rolling today against Tennessee, and so is Oklahoma against Kansas. Nebraska against K-State. And here's McIver back to throw. McCloney's open, doesn't see it. Gets it off now over the middle, and it is incomplete. Penalty flag called. There's a penalty flag back where he threw the ball, and there's a penalty flag downfield on the receiver.
I think they might have called that on Danny Walters, number 22.
Donnie Little was the man deep downfield. Well, let's Joe Thomas and his folks have a conference here and see which goes which way, or do they offset? I don't think he crossed the line of scrimmage.
There's a holding on the white team. Defensive pass interference. Offsetting.
Yep, offset.
It was.
And you've got 13 minutes to play. They'll go at it again. Here's your interference call.
Let's see if Danny Walters, number 22, bumps him before it's there. Donnie Little is number 1, the converted quarterback to split receiver. Here he is right here. Let's see if Walters bumps him before the ball. Yeah, I think he does. He hits him from the back. Looks like he pushed him.
In the meantime, they are holding, and we've got a rain shower coming this way. The umbrellas have been popped open now, and we're going to have rain before the day is done. Some very heavy weather on this part of the country the last few days. It's 1st and 10. From the 30, McIver to throw. Plenty of time. Gets his pass off to Sampleton, and Lawrence is hit at the 35. So they drag the tight end across that time and get him for 5 yards.
Sampleton's, I think, one of the outstanding tight ends in the country. He's 6'6", 234. And as Fred Akers said, he's attracting an awful lot of attention. That's why he hasn't caught many passes. He only had 4 receptions coming into this game.
Boy, he's 6'6" and runs about, what, a 10-200?
Yeah, he can fly. He's a good one.
Second down, 5. McIver, again without pressure, hits McCloney over the middle. McCloney is into Arkansas territory all the way down to the Razorback 38, picked up 26 yards on the play.
Well, they tried to blitz McIver. They picked it up beautifully in the backfield. If you watch here, watch a linebacker, number 48, fire into the inside. He's picked up by number 45, who is John Walker. And he hits McCloney in one-on-one coverage. McCloney's a good runner after he catches the ball.
They burned Oklahoma with that same play last week.
Now, they needed that big play.
Call it the Arkansas 39. Close to there. Give it to Robinson. And the fullback is about the 37 for a couple. Philip Boren, the big sophomore from Dallas, gets him. The World Series here on ABC begins Game 1, October 20, Tuesday night, 8 Eastern Time. Game 2 will be Wednesday night, 8 Eastern Time. It'll come out of Yankee Stadium in New York. Then they'll take a day off for travel, and then Al Michaels will begin the coverage of it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, while I go off to do some football. And then we'll see after that.
Man coverage again.
Gets it off to Robinson. And Carl Robinson takes it down to the Arkansas 30. Looks like he's going to be a tad short of the first down.
Looked like Steve Douglas had him in coverage. They were blitzing with man-to-man. Douglas had to come from the inside linebacker spot. McIver hit it quickly. Douglas got over there very quick. Otherwise, that thing could have gone all the way.
Arkansas leading in the ball game by a score of 18-0 as they just absolutely dominated the first quarter with Texas making mistake after mistake. McIver now has hit 3 passes in a row. Third down and 1. Robinson, the fullback, gets the first down and more. Hard running by Carl Robinson. They finally get him out of bounds at the Arkansas inside the 12, close to the 11. He gained 19 yards.
Most of it on his own. Watch right here, a shed tackler. Just a straight handoff play to the inside. He reads it very well. The blocker's driving clear across the line. Number 44 steps in there to make the play, and he sheds him. That's Kim Dameron, who's not very big, as you see. And then finally Kent Reaver, number 19, comes over, and Keith Burns comes over. That's fine running by Robinson.
And it's first down, Texas at the Arkansas 11. Timeout, Razorbacks. 10 minutes and 14 seconds to play in the first half here at Razorback Stadium. And the rain now is coming down on an overcast day, and the Razorbacks leading 18-0.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
And now a special message to U.S. veterans and their families.
Hello, I'm Robert Stack. Are you an American veteran? If so, this card should have your name on it. Having served in the armed forces, I know veterans have done their part for our country. And that's why I'm proud to tell you about a health plan exclusively for honorably discharged veterans. It's called the Veterans Group Health Plan and pays you $50 a day, $1,500 a month cash, paid direct to you if you have to go to the hospital. But that's just the beginning. The Veterans Group Health Plan pays you additional cash benefits when you need them most. You'll get $100 a day, double cash benefits if you have to stay in intensive care. And listen to this. If you're hospitalized for heart attack, stroke, or cancer, you'll collect $75 a day cash. That's an extra 50% benefit to help meet the high costs of a serious illness. But that's not all. Some plans increase your rates or cut back your benefits as you grow older. This is a plan you can count on. Once you're covered, your premium cannot be increased and your cash benefits can never be reduced, no matter how old you become. Best of all, this is a group plan for veterans, so rates are low. And remember, as a U.S. veteran, you cannot be turned down. Your entire family is also eligible for full benefits with this low-cost plan. It's brought to you by Continental American Life, a quality company that's been serving America for over 73 years. We'd like to send you this free information kit and Veterans Group Health Card made out in your name with no obligation. Plus, you'll receive this new 1981 Guide to Veterans Benefits, telling you all about the many benefits you're entitled to as a vet. Now, here's how to get your free information package.
Call toll-free 1-800-528-6600. The information kit that Mr. Stack spoke of will be sent to you free with no obligation. That telephone number again is 1-800-528-6600. Operators are standing by now. The information is free, and so is the call. That's 1-800-528-6600.
Well, the few Texans who are in this crowd at Razorback Stadium are kind of holding their breath now to see if the Longhorns can take this football and stick it in the end zone and get on the scoreboard after an horrendous first 15 minutes. Texas trailed last week 14-3 and came back to win big. They trail now 18-0. On first down, McIver gives the football to the I-back, and John Walker is inside the 10 to the 8, close to the 7. Now Texas is going back to what they have been able to do best this year, and that's just grind it downfield.
Well, that's the thing that the Arkansas defense, or rather Lou Holtz, was concerned about, the ability of Texas to possession the football because of their offensive line, and certainly that offensive line just played beautifully last week.
Don Lindsay is the man who put together the Razorback defense, and he's got them jumping around. They settle now into a 3-6-man front. McIver stands up, throws for Little in the corner of the end zone, missed him. Oh, that could have been offensive interference there. Because Donnie kind of put a hand on the hip.
It's like he threw the ball behind him instead of leading him to the corner one-on-one.
There's some wind down there, too. Looked like it kind of pulled it away. It's rained pretty hard right now.
Yeah, the wind is blowing from the Texas is into it, blowing to the north.
This is the 11th play of this possession by the Longhorns, and time has been called by Texas with 9 minutes and 34 seconds to play in the first half. Both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining, and Arkansas the big lead.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
If you think diamonds are a girl's only best friend, watch what Fink's Jewelers does with pearls.
9:34 to play in the first half. Arkansas leading 18-0. Texas has the football. Third down. The football is sitting right about the Razorback 8. They can get a first down at the 1. Donnie Little goes in motion for Texas. McIver rolls it that way. Gets his pass into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Billy Ray Smith was hunting the Texas quarterback. The pass intended for John Walker, and Jeff Goff knocked it down.
Looked like McIver put it in there, and Walker had maybe a chance to get it. Let's see here. As McIver rolls out to his left, gets good protection, turns and delivers the ball, trying to hit Walker right here. Looked like from here that...
Got his hands on it,
Oh,
didn't he?
yeah.
Boom, right through.
Yeah.
Went right through.
Sure did.
So here's Raul Allegra in now for the field goal try for the Texas Longhorns. It's a 24-yard attempt. And it is good. And so Texas is on the board, finally. 18-3 the score at 9:25 to play in the first half. So Texas held the ball for quite some time, marched it all the way downfield, but couldn't get the touchdown. Settled for the 3.
The big play in that drive was that pass to McCloney.
Next Sunday, we'll have the New York City Marathon live for you at 10:30 Eastern Time. And we'll have the Sports Beat, Howard Cosell, at 4 Eastern Time for you next week, 4:30 Pacific and 3 Central. One of the features in Sports Beat next week will be a profile on George Steinbrenner. I would suggest to you it'll be interesting. Holloway is going deep now, number 29 for Arkansas. And Allegra is going to kick it off, and the rain is coming down quite briskly. So the football and the field and everything out there is going to get wetter and wetter and wetter. Allegra hits it.
Good one into the wind.
Oh, yeah. And Holloway, he's going to come out with it. My goodness. He lost his shirt tail at the 15 and runs it out to about the 18. Well, they are bold, aren't they? Both of them.
I'm just thinking to myself, there must be something about that end zone there. Texas made some mistakes at that end. It looked like Holloway was going to make another one.
That's the worst field position Arkansas has had so far in the ball game. Just short of their 19. And Darrell Bowles is in the backfield, number 21, his first appearance. Tom Jones hands the ball off to Bowles, number 21. If you remember, Darrell Bowles was one of the big stars in that 31-6 win, I guess it was, over Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he sure, that's right. He had a great night. I think it was over 200 yards, wasn't it?
Clark has come back in now, and Bowles comes out at fullback. Bowles is the bigger man. He's 227 and had a 25-yard gallop on the first play of the ball game today. Miss America, Elizabeth Ward from Russellville, is with us today. Second down and 7. Anderson reverses the ball. The reverse is thrown to Mason downfield. It was Mark Missler, number 88, throwing the ball as he came off the reverse for that man, 82, Mason, and the ball was overthrown, and you've got a penalty flag on the play.
Coming up with all the gadgets. Here he flips the ball out, and of course they throw a pass off of this. He was open again. He waited for him. Now he lets it go. Missler, I think he overthrew him again.
Yep.
Yep.
Calls against Arkansas era for ineligible receiver downfield.
Yeah, one of the linemen down, huh? Yep. I didn't see that.
This Missler is the brother of the other Missler that played for Arizona State. You wondered about that. He's now playing in professional football. Here's the call.
Ineligible, downfield.
So Arkansas is now backed up to its 11. Second down at about 18. As Tom Jones rolls out to throw, he's going deep downfield for Holloway. Holloway is hung up by the Texas defensive man. Lou Holt is screaming for interference on the sideline and doesn't get it. Holloway bumped into a Texas defender on his way down under the pass.
Here's Bobby Johnson. Looks like he got a piece of him right there just as he was breaking past him. And Lou is really hot.
He threw something about 100 yards.
Let's see what happens here. Bobby Johnson comes over right there. You see at the top of your, or the left side of your screen.
Hooked him right there.
See, yeah, it looked like he had pushed him. The official did not call it. It was number 28. We didn't get a good view of it right there, but it looked from here that he might have bumped him as he ran by.
Lou threw his watch in frustration. Third down and 18. Jones in trouble. Oh, gets out of there. Sore-legged quarterback, but he's pumping along. If he had a little more speed, he'd have scored. He's across midfield, all the way to the Texas 48.
It looked like that might have been a design play. Quarterback draw. Let's see whether or not he does. He comes back, looks. Yes, it is a quarterback draw. He made that decision early. And he breaks into the secondary. There's nobody there because they're in man-to-man coverage, and nobody is on the quarterback. And you can see this great run by Tom Jones.
And Steve Clyde, who came off of a big and troublesome leg injury, was the man who threw a big block.
But he had a knee strain. Here you see Sims right there blocking or running to the inside of Court, and he's blocked. Court stays with him, does a great job.
And Arkansas back to the attack, goes inside with it with Brad Taylor now stepping in at quarterback. They had to bring Jones out of there to let him catch his breath because he really worked to get that gain.
We were watching him yesterday, and he was gimping a little bit. You know, that he had a sprained knee and a bad foot. But Lou Holt said he is really a tough kid.
He's back in there now as Taylor comes out. Taylor is a freshman and a highly respected freshman from Danville, Arkansas. The Razorbacks with the football at the Texas 48, second down and 10. Jones puts it up as a man. Pass is complete to Missler. And the sophomore from Tucson is spun down at about the Texas 36. It looks like an Arkansas first down, and it is.
Man-on-man coverage, just a turn in by Mark Missler. Comes right back. Jones puts it right there. There's no underneath coverage. And, of course, it's an easy first down. Let's see what kind of job Court does on Sims, number 77. Blocking him protection-wise, staying right with him, Good job. Excellent job by Court.
First down, Hogs. Just outside the 36 of Texas. Option down the line, give it away to the fullback. And Darrell Bowles back in there.
Now that Kenny Sims is a consensus All-American last year and one of the top linemen. Watch him now. Last time he was blocked, but watch this. This time he wins the battle. Court comes out to block him. Sims, look at the strength, throws him right off and comes right in and makes the tackle on Darrell Bowles.
Court's not easy. He's 6'2", 263, a junior, and he benched, what did they say? He benched
500 and some.
535 pounds?
Yep.
It's second down and still about 10. Jones is caught from behind and brought down by guess who?
Clear on the other side of the line. He's lined up at left defensive tackle. The play is run away from him, and he comes right down the line of scrimmage. He's got a great smell for it. Now, the ball is going away from him. Jones is running an option away. He comes to the inside, sheds the blocker, comes down the line of scrimmage, showing the kind of speed that he has. 6'5", 270-pound lineman that can move like a bat. He may be blocked once in a while, but I'll tell you, those last two plays demonstrate why he's a consensus All-American.
Inside the 6-minute mark to go. First half, Arkansas 18, Texas 3. Third down, 8. Jones on a little delay. Goes for the corner, and it is incomplete. Eddie White, number 28. And William Graham defending for Texas.
Graham did a great job.
Or was that Holloway? Was that Holloway?
I think it's Holloway, 29.
Yeah, it was Holloway.
Yeah. Graham did a great job. Went right over the top, knocked the ball away.
Well, that's a little bit of a... see, Holloway is 5'8", 169, and I thought for a minute it was 28, but he didn't look that big. It was 28 as a tight end, and he's much bigger.
Holloway's just a little fella.
Leahy will punt it. Doesn't have quite the range from 50 plus.
Dump it down in here.
Got a knuckleball. And it's caught and downed inside the 5 by the Razorbacks. So Texas once again has 4 field position as Leahy knocked the knuckleball dead at the Texas 3.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Breeden Dodge is selling out through October 31st. Not the dealership, just the cars. The 1982s are here and with a large selection of many colors and styles. That means the 81s must go. So they're moving them out and at very low discount prices with over 55 cars and trucks to choose from. Never again will you receive a better price or a fairer deal on a new 81 Dodge. Also, Breeden's has a large variety of good, clean, late model used cars, new or used. Breeden Dodge is your complete car headquarters.
Merchants National Bank, putting local money to work, helping local people. In recent months alone, Merchants has loaned hundreds of thousands of dollars to new and established businesses in this area. Merchants believes these loans are important to keep our area growing and alive, to create and keep jobs at home, and to help you, your neighbors, and the entire community. It's our goal to keep your money at home, working for you. Merchants National Bank, making loans for nearly a century.
3. That's where the Longhorns have to go to work. McIver gives it off to John Walker, and Walker's out to about the 6.
Walker carries, tackled by Jackson.
It's a rather obscure kind of way to put it. Mike Swanson is developing something here, I suppose, where he says the average Texas line of scrimmage has been its own 10.
Oh, my. You don't want to take any chances down here. You don't want to get another score against you.
Well, they were throwing out of there a while ago, though. They were so frustrated, I guess, for the way things are going. Broken play. Broken play. McIver trying to run around and look for somebody to help him. Boren and Douglas are the people who bring him down after chasing him a bit.
Really unusual that they would have that kind of error down there on just a simple tailback action pass that McIver, somehow or other, they got fouled up, and they've made a lot of mistakes that have been very costly to them. They played a super game last week, and particularly in the second half, and I don't know, they're going to have to play another half like they did last week if they're going to bail this one out.
3rd and 7 from the 7. Now McIver dropped back, didn't see anything, and tried to run a quarterback draw, and Richardson and Boren were staying at home, the defensive tackles, and they got him.
He was trying that quarterback draw. You can see that Freddie Akers didn't want to take any chances in putting the ball up in the air down in that field position.
18-3, Arkansas leading, and we have 4 minutes to play in the first half. Texas now is going to kick the ball. Goodson. Old John must feel like he's been in his end zone all day. Good snap this time. Not a very good kick, though. And a fair catch is called upfield for the Razorbacks. So Arkansas gets the ball first down at the Texas 38. That was a 29-yard punt, and Cliff Henry made the catch. There's the score, and that's what we have for you coming up this weekend, Sunday and Monday. NFL on Sunday night, the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. Rams had a big win last week. The Cowboys were shocked by San Francisco. That's at 8 Eastern time. Then on Monday night, the Bears and the Lions out of the Silverdome in Pontiac. First down, Arkansas, Texas 39. Where to put it. Jones swings it out, and it goes to the big fullback. And Jesse Clark with some penalty flags flying and helmets flying and Kenneth Sims flying, and we'll see what the call is.
Might have been a clipper blocking below the waist. It might have been.
Clip Arkansas. And Sims got clipped.
Yeah,
big mistake there.
Look how big he is.
Don't get him mad, guys.
Right.
3:32. The clock is stopped now. Arkansas just totally dominated the first quarter as Texas made one mistake after another. Ran up 15 points. Texas came back with a long drive to get 3. And now Arkansas has made a clipping penalty here, and they've been assessed 15 yards.
Have a clipping. Offense.
The ball goes back to the Arkansas 46-47.
This was a quick screen out to the right. Look at Sims pursue right down the line. You see Court was out in front of it. And here he comes down the line. It isn't Sims that got it.
Sims.
I don't know who they called it on here.
No, either. Kinney was wobbling around like he might have been walloped, but I guess not. Well, still first down and 25 for Arkansas. Jones pitches the ball outside. And not much there for Thomas Brown. Thomas is a junior out of Montgomery, Alabama.
They had a blitz on that time, anticipating a pass. It was a good call on the part of Arkansas, trying to flip the ball to the outside, avoid the interior rush and blitz. Didn't quite get to the corner.
We've got a timeout, a Texas man shaken up on the play. Looks like it is Bobby Johnson, the strong safety. And he's holding on to a leg there.
His ankle.
Lou Holtz, who has been raging on the sidelines. He hadn't stopped moving since he came out for the warm-up. We've got 3:07 to play in the first half. Let's pause 5 seconds right here to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
All right, Keith Jackson, Errol Parsegian, Steve Davis here, and that's a conversation between Lou Holtz and his quarterback, Tom Jones. Arkansas has got to move that ball now. Let's see where they have to go. They've got to go inside the 30 down to the 29, roughly, to get a first down.
I couldn't quite understand what Lou was saying. I didn't know whether he was telling him to go for the home run or not.
Sun breaks out for a moment. Craig Curry in replacing Johnson at strong safety for Texas. On second down for Arkansas at the Texas 49. Back he goes. Getting some heat, gets it off over the middle. Holloway's there, can't get it. I don't believe it. Holloway has been open now on 3 occasions, and that time the Texas defender, Graham, had fallen down.
He slipped and fell. Holloway was clean, and Jones overthrew it again. Look right here. Graham, number 36, stumbles right there. There's Holloway reaching out for the ball just a little bit off of his fingertips again.
Be a nightmare for Derek Vance Bedford, the cornerback and senior for Texas, is down on the field, shaken up. It's a rough ball game. Jones now 4 for 13, 43 yards. He has had 1 intercepted. But the opportunities that Arkansas has had here in this first half, Frank, could have been a blowout.
Yeah, they've had open receivers all over the field. They've really tested the man-to-man coverage of Texas. They've done it well. The only thing is Jones has not delivered the ball. The ball's been a little long or a little short.
Mossy Cade now has to replace Vance Bedford in the Texas secondary. It is third down. And a long 20 or so. There's movement on the right side by Arkansas, and Texas penetrates and makes contact. So that should be illegal procedure against the Hogs. Look like...
Charles Ginn, is it?
Yeah, he moved.
Somebody really teed off on him.
He didn't like it either.
No, he's sitting at the left guard spot. The right end moved. Mason, I believe it was.
The tight end moved, though.
Right, the tight end moved on the other side. And I guess it was Mark Weber that gave him a shot.
Can't the tight end move?
Well, the tight end, I think he was moving forward like the snap count. I don't think that he was. I think he picked his hand up after he put down. Let's see how they call it.
Tight end moved. No foul.
See?
Tight end moved. All right, he gave him the... Let's see what he does.
See, the tight end is entitled to move, and the contact is made there, and tight end is allowed to move.
Well, he didn't pick up his hand. Watch him right here.
What about...
He's starting inside. He moved his left foot. Oh, no, I think that's a...
Now, Lou Holtz, now under the rules, Lou Holtz is entitled to call conference. Is he not?
Yes, he is.
He is entitled to call conference with the official. He wants to call conference with the official. He is entitled to do it under the rules. Now, if the judgment on the call, as Holtz pleads his case to the referee, if Lou wins, one thing. If he loses now, he can get
5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. He can also be charged a timeout, and what I am sure he's arguing, the tight end is entitled to move. Why is it not illegal contact on the part of Texas?
That's exactly what he's saying. Now, if he loses this conference, but not 5 guys on the other side with a flagrant. This is a new rule. This was just put in recently.
This year.
Well, you're legally entitled to come over and appeal your case. And this is the first time in the history that we've had this. I'm guessing you're going to have trouble convincing them.
I'll tell you this, his appeal is done in classic form of a most vigorous barrister.
Well,
I think we need a rule book.
I don't think he's going to win it.
I'm not sure about what he's not right, though. I'll tell you that. They are charged a timeout. They are charged a timeout, and Lou Holtz now has lost the appeal.
He may have. You see now, Mason will move his left foot as if he's going to try to block on the end. Now, that is illegal if he's making any move towards the line. He does. Actually, in this particular case, he is moving illegally. The defender responds to that.
All right, why did they penalize him then?
Well, this is what he called. Apparently, he said he didn't think that he was making a... Right. Well, the officials have got themselves in a little bit of problem.
Arkansas is charged with a timeout as a result of Lou Holtz's appeal, which he lost. In ultimate hindsight now, literally Arkansas should have been penalized. So what they've got here is you've got an illegal procedure now, which in effect becomes an offsetting call by the officials after the appeal Holtz made in behalf of Arkansas. Oh, we've had a little bit of everything. It is now third down and about 21 or so, 23 maybe. Jones hands the ball up the middle, nothing there. Sims brings the ball carrier down, with Gary Anderson being the ball carrier, and it brings up fourth down, and Leahy comes on the punt down. Leahy will be hitting it from back around his 40. There's the time remaining, but look at the score. 18-3 Arkansas. And that's what we have for you at halftime today.
You might get a clarification from the coaches as they go off the field. regarding that last play?
I doubt it.
Oh, well, ask Steve Davis to ask him.
Leahy's kick is away. He's got another knuckleball up there, and it's good coverage. Oh, it takes a bounce and goes spinning into the end zone. So it takes a Texas bounce that time, a 47-yard kick, and the Longhorns get the ball on their 20 with 1 minute and 58 seconds to play in the first half, trailing by 15 points. I really think, though, I think it's a good rule that a coach should be allowed some degree of appeal.
Oh, I agree with that totally. I coached for 25 years without an appeal right.
99% of the time, I'm going to go with the man in the striped shirt. But
that's right. I think you're entitled to appeal your case. If you really feel that they've made an error.
So McIver brings him up now, splits his backs. And he's looking into the sun, wanting to throw. He goes to the sideline. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kim Dameron. And once again, Arkansas is threatening deep in Texas territory around the 35.
Beautiful.
Third Texas turnover.
Great ball response by Kim Dameron. Just excellent ball response. This is McCloney, number 21. We got a double zone on. Watch Cameron come in and just double that ball up. Beautiful timing. Beautiful ball response while it was in the air.
Kim slides out of bounds, stepped on the chalk at about the 37 of Texas, and there the Razorbacks have the ball. 1:51 to play. Arkansas with one timeout remaining in the first half. Tom Jones, who has not been sharp as a passer today. If he had been sharp, woo-wee. There's a pass completed to the fullback, Clark, out of the backfield, and he slides out of bounds inside the 30 at the 29. It's slick over there because the grain in the AstroTurf goes that way.
To the east. Always rolls to the east. I've never figured out why. And you could also see the water come up, splash up. So there is a little water settling in the outside hash marks of this field.
Second down at about 2. Give the ball off to Clark, and Clark molds his way close to the 25 for an Arkansas first down. And the clock stops as they move the chains with 1 minute 15. They're going to try to sneak it in, I think, here.
I think they're going to try to score. They have one timeout left with 1 minute and 15. The clock will start now.
Remember, Texas is playing without Vance Bedford and Bobby Johnson, the cornerback and the strong safety. Both of them shaken up. Gary Anderson in motion. And Jones down the line gives it to Clark again. And Jesse Clark gets 2 or 3.
Well, they may be playing more conservative here and looking for 3 points rather than 7, but that surprises me. They've got ample time, but they're letting it run off the clock. One timeout left.
Arkansas has had 9 possessions. 6 of those possessions have started in Texas territory in this first half. Now they're going to stay on the ground and go to the fullback, and they got him right in front of the goalpost at 25 seconds to go, and now Arkansas calls time.
Well, it was 1:13 left. They ran the play, and then they put the ball in play, and when it was 30 the next time, they ran a lot of time off that clock.
The Razorbacks have no more timeouts.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29. Quality TV.
5 seconds to play now. Arkansas does not have a timeout remaining. Instead of going for the touchdown, they have been relatively conservative going up the middle with it. They do not have the field goal kicker in there, and they got 25 seconds to play with.
It looks to me like they have to throw the ball, either an incompletion or a touchdown if they can get it, because if the clock is running on them, I don't think they can get their field goal unit in there in time.
They send McMurray and Holloway both wide right. Jones gets it off. He's got Anderson. He's got the touchdown. When it looked like Arkansas might have possibly frittered away an opportunity for the touchdown, they send 2 wide men to the right side and swing Anderson off to the left side. Sims was beaten on Tom Jones, And Jones got his pass off, and Anderson was all alone. The kick is good. And I'll tell you, it's just stunning.
It really is, and the thing that was really impressive on the part of Jones, he was really under pressure. I thought he was going to get knocked down, and they wouldn't have a field goal opportunity. And he really delivered the ball under a lot of pressure. Watch here. They fake the ball to the left. Anderson at the left halfback spot loses the man that he's supposed to be covering him man-to-man. Jones fakes the ball, comes to the right, looks to the right first, looks at the tight end. Watch Sims, number 77. Take a shot right there. He really hit him. He bent him in half, but the ball, Jones puts the ball there to Anderson. Nobody around. You can see the man that he's whipped. Touchdown, Arkansas, and a real shocker here, and a surprise with the way Arkansas has played.
25-3 over the team that was ranked number 1 coming into this ball game.
Well, I guess that's the worst thing you can do is to be named number 1 this year.
Leave me off the top of that pole. Leahy does the kicking off, and he skins it downfield, and Jitter Fields watches it go into the end zone, and Texas will have it with 20 seconds to play. Out on the 20, and there's Gary. I tell you, he made a tough catch, too. He took that ball right over his head.
Right.
It was easy.
I really didn't think that Jones was going to get the ball to him because of the way Sims hit him. Whoop.
Startling. Texas has had 9 possessions in the first half. 4 of those have started inside their own 7. And on top of that, they kept dropping the ball in the first quarter.
Oh, they really made a lot of mistakes. They've contributed to their problems. There's no question.
Dubs boy.
Well, there was a teammate, and I was with Cleveland.
Yeah, jumping up and down in Ruston, Louisiana. Here's the pass over the middle by McIver, and McCloney makes a falling catch up at the 42. Picked up 22 yards. Second time in the ball game, McCloney has been all alone down the middle. 13 seconds to play in the first half, and now Texas calls a timeout. And the Longhorns have 1 remaining. There's the Arkansas possession that resulted in the touchdown. And for every reason in the world to wonder what Arkansas might do, having used up their last timeout. But when Anderson was so alone, Jones was able to see him and gutted it out with that 270-pounder bearing down on him and got it there.
He's had open receivers, and when he was without any harassment at all, he's been overshooting him. Now when he really got hit, he put it right on the money.
13 seconds to play in the first half. 25-3, Arkansas.
It's a real shocker thus far. Arkansas was about a 6 or 7 point underdog coming into this football game.
World Series coming up here on ABC starting next Tuesday night. Tuesday and Wednesday at Yankee Stadium. Then games 3, 4, 5 go to the National League City. Montreal and the Dodgers are all even at 2-2 for the National League Championship. They'll play tomorrow. Here's McIver. No pressure. Throws it short for Carl Robinson, and Carl draws a crowd out of bounds. Very short with 6 seconds to play.
One thing that Freddie Akers was telling me that McIver does have a strong arm. He can throw the big ball. I thought maybe they would let it go, hoping for an interference call or something deep here. But he threw it out in the left flat. I think I just let her fly with 6 seconds. Maybe an interference call, some kind of thing that might happen that can help him. But the odds are against him.
They send Herky Walls in now and take McCloney out. And Herky is the fellow who made the big catch. The ball bounced off his face mask, and he pulled it down to get Texas on its way to the win over Miami. McIver getting a little heat now. Runs away from it. Gets his pass off. He goes deep this time, and it is almost caught on the rebound by Sampleton. Well, like you said, throw it down there. Something might happen. Kim Dameron deflected it, and he almost tipped it right into Sampleton's hands. Now let's pick up Steve Davis with Lou Holtz.
Coach, you've got to be...
Back on first down at the Texas 28. The freshman quarterback keeps it right up the middle, fumbles the football, and Arkansas man dives on it down at the Texas 20. Taylor had the ball stripped away from him as he popped it up the middle, and Steve Court recovers it.
Brad Taylor's had a fantastic reputation. He's just a little freshman. He pops through on a sneak. Somebody grabs his arm. It's Sims. Grabbed his right arm, shook the ball loose. And very fortunately, Steve Court jumped right on the ball there for a pretty good-sized gain.
Just short of the 20.
That's the way things have been going for the Hogs today.
Jones is back, and Taylor's learned a lesson. Put it away when you're in traffic. 2nd down and 2. Jones untroubled. Dumps it off, trying to get it to Mason, the tight end, an eligible receiver, and Sims was all over him. You can see what has happened to the Texas defense today.
Well, we're in the middle of the 3rd quarter.
So it's 3rd down and 2 for Arkansas. Ball is just short of the Texas 20. Jones dives for it, doesn't get it. He is short of the 1st down. He's short of the 1st down. That's almost surely going to bring out Leahy in a kick and tee.
He might go for it here with the lead that he has. Let's see what he does.
He might. He hasn't. Leahy was up, but he has not been sent.
Well, he's going to go. He's coming in with Mistra. Giving him some kind of play. They're going for it.
4th down and a yard.
Better hustle. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7.
You got 25 to get it off.
4, 3, 2.
They just make it. Give the ball off to Bowles. Bowles spins out of the middle. He's gone. Touchdown. Woo! Incredible. Leahy for the extra point. Perfect. 7:03 to play in the 3rd quarter, and it's a rout.
You know, from this vantage point, I don't know how Bowles got out of that. Looked like he was stopped. Let's take a look at it. Here's Jones coming down the line. He gives him the straight handoff. He bounces off of 2 would-be tacklers, rolls out of it. Now I see how it happened. Looked like he was stopped. He had the 1st down easily enough, but just hard running. Look at here. Right there, Sims. He shakes that tackle and Schenkel as well. And what a run. There's 77. Sims right there, comes off the block, but can't hang on. I think it's Schenkel there. No, it's not. I think it's the Allen, 31, that missed it.
A startling score of 39-3 Arkansas. And he probably grew up to be a Razorback after today. Who brings a hog to the ball game? Well, that's a pig. Here's a kickoff. Baden skitters it down. Walls just inside the end zone, a yard deep. Perky coming outside, found a hole, and he gets it all the way out to the 39 before he's brought down. The program is brought to you as an exclusive presentation of ABC Sports. Let's pause right here, 5 seconds, to allow our local stations to tell you who they are.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Oh, well. All right, Texas. Test of character and poise now for the Longhorns, down 39-3. McIver on a roll. Looks for Little. Misses. Overthrows Johnny Little. He had him. The biggest margin of victory for Arkansas over Texas, going through Arkansas's 15 wins. And this series has been dominated by Texas over the years. Back in 1938, Arkansas beat Texas 42-6. It was a margin of 36 points, and that's right now where they are today. McIver back to throw it again. He goes deep with it. It is caught. Picked up on the sidelines by number 23 for the Texas Longhorns, Rodney Tate, who is a tailback by trade.
Right. He made a great catch on this. There's plenty of time. There's no rush, as you see on McIver. He lofts that ball up there, and watch Rodney Tate take it over his shoulder. A great catch right off the fingertips. Super fly.
And Texas now is just outside the Arkansas 10. First down. Tate stays in the backfield, goes up into a slot with Carl Robinson, the fullback, the lone man back there behind the quarterback, McIver. McIver rolling, getting pressure, gets away, gets it off. It is intercepted in the end zone by Danny Walters. 5 Texas turnovers.
You can see McIver has more than ample time. He thinks he's got his receiver over. Watch Walters, number 22, come over and pick that ball off. He drops off right here in the end zone, right there. It looks like it's going to be a touchdown. Walters steps inside, picks it off, and, of course, avoids a score on the part of Texas.
Pass intended for Ronnie Mullins in the corner. Arkansas first down at their own 20. Jones hands it off. Getting outside, and after being almost trapped back around the 15, James Tolbert, number 32, is brought down around the 18. It's Kenneth Sims who is shaken up and hobbling back toward the huddle.
Like an ankle, maybe. Want to get him out of there.
Well, it's just been a nightmare for Texas. Let's see if we can pick up what happened to him.
Gets Tolbert right for the shirt, pulls forward. Let's see if he hits his... Well, you can't quite see it.
All right, back at the 18, it's second down and 12. With the ball to Gary Anderson, and he's ridden down at the line of scrimmage. 39-3 our score. Let's check in for a moment with Jim Lampley.
Taking you to second quarter action in Pullman, Washington, Washington State, the only unbeaten team in the Pac-10 against UCLA, and the Cougars in red went out in front late in the second quarter on this 4-yard touchdown run by Tim Harris. But UCLA struck right back, 47 yards. Tom Ramsey to Tim Reitman down the middle, and the tight end's touchdown tied it at 7-7. Back to Keith Jackson.
All right, Jimmy, thank you very much. There's Danny Walters, who made the interception for Arkansas. It's third down now and still need 12, and Tom Jones trying to keep the ball, goes for Holloway and missed him. And he also took a walloping as he unloaded that ball because he was under a whole lot of pressure.
Got a spot pass that time, but the timing was off, and they missed connection.
5:07 to play in the third quarter here at Razorback Stadium. Texas should get the ball with pretty good field position now as they're coming. They got 10 up on the line. They're going to put some heat on Leahy. Gets it off, and under that much pressure, not that bad a kick. And it takes a Texas bounce and goes straight sideways to the sidelines and goes out at about the 45. 37-yard punt, and Leahy had a lot of white shirts looking him right in the eye on it.
Well, I thought they were going to get blocked. The snap is a little high, brings it down, steps one-step kicker, steps with the lead foot, the kicking foot, and, of course, gets it away. Mossy Cade almost got it, number 3.
He'd have been a two-stepper. They would have blocked it.
Yes, sir.
All right, Texas from its own 45. 5 turnovers today for the Horns. Errors of commission as well as omission. McIver the throw. Looks down the middle, goes deeper, and overthrows the ball intended for McCloney, number 21.
Yeah, he had him there. He was open.
The World Series begin here on ABC. Next, number 1 coming out of Yankee Stadium in New York, as well as game number 2. The middle 3 games will shift to the National League City, and you'll see them all right here on ABC. Montreal and Los Angeles play tomorrow to determine who goes up against the Yankees. That World Series of '81. Here is McIver under pressure. Penalty flag thrown. Could be a holding call. McIver runs it up the sidelines and out of bounds at the Arkansas 49. When you fiddle around that long, you can very often get nailed for holding.
Yeah, that's what it looks like where the flag has been thrown.
Arkansas was in a full prevent at that time.
And Freddie Akers is saying, what else can happen?
There it is. Four minutes and 40 seconds to play in a ball game, and it has been a startling afternoon in Fayetteville.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Inside Sports, America's fastest-growing sports magazine. A magazine designed to cover a side of sports no one else is covering. The inside.
Have you ever wondered why a 6'8", 280-pound lineman who can lift the front end of a Rolls doesn't survive in the NFL? And why a nearsighted free safety with gimpy knees does? The answer just might be that one can read keys and the other can't.
Inside Sports is the only major sports publication which offers writers the time to probe beneath the surface and the space to report fully on what they uncover.
For example, my piece on George Allen, the winning coach no one would hire.
George Allen. Some say his fear of losing even one season is why he could never lay the foundation for a Super Bowl winner. Inside Sports, a magazine that covers the inside story. Find out why so many NFL teams are flying their kickers to Ray Pelfrey, the punting man's guru. Meet the real Al Davis, who's not as bad as he thinks he is. Meet Nelson Skalbania and find out how and why he's been luring NFL stars to Canada. Visit with Georgia's Herschel Walker and find out why he may be the best running back ever.
For many of us, pro football teams make two scores every week. The one that wins and the one that covers. I'll be covering that spread every month in Inside Sports.
As an introductory offer, receive 12 issues of Inside Sports, a $24 newsstand value for only $18, a solid 25% savings. Call now, and as a special bonus with your paid subscription, receive this transistor sound design portable radio free. Listen to your favorite play-by-play announcer while you're at the game or just thinking about it. Our operators are standing by.
To subscribe to Inside Sports, call now toll-free 1-800-453-3300. We'll send you 12 great issues of Inside Sports for $18, and as a bonus with your paid subscription, you get this transistor sound design portable radio free. For fastest delivery, use your major credit card. That's 1-800-453-3300. The call is free, and so is the radio. With your paid subscription, call now, 1-800-453-3300. That's 1-800-453-3300.
You can see the Texas defense had been ripped up. We had that graphic earlier. Now you can see the Texas running game, which was so strong, averaging 220 a game, coming in today only 49. Here's the call.
Holding offense. Second down.
A lot of substitutes in there right now for Arkansas. They both seasoning some of the younger players. McIver back to throw. He's got Sambleton down the middle. He goes instead for the short man, Herky Walls, and Walls makes the catch. Down at the Arkansas 43, McIver had all day that time to pick up 27 yards.
Well, they put a three-man rush on, and none of the three could get by a good blocking offensive line. Just impossible to penetrate them. You see George Hall, number 70, and he just held out. Nobody's there. McIver's got all day, stand in there. And, of course, the receiver's going to get open with that kind of time.
First down, Longhorns, Arkansas 43. Arkansas begging that somebody along the left side of the top of the picture in white move. Let's see if that's so. Yep. Left tackle looked like it.
That's what it looked like from here.
You got Bruce Sutherland, Jeff Goff, Bert Zinnemann in at linebackers. The ends are Ed Jackson and Earl Buckingham, Bobby Shawns, and George Hall are the tackles right now for Arkansas.
Have a dead ball, false start, offense. The first down.
This doesn't look like Texas is mentally tuned in. They just don't have all 11 people on cooking all cylinders that they're capable of. Those kind of errors at this stage of the game just indicate that.
At the 48, first down and 15. Texas continuing to throw. And they go for Sampleton. Lawrence makes the catch inside the 30 at the 28. and brought down there by Ronald Matheny.
Good throw by McIver. Here is Sampleton, their great tight end, coming straight up the field, being covered. He breaks to the outside. He does a good job of breaking away from Ronald Matheny, and the ball is there by McIver before Matheny can get in there and make the play.
Ball is just inside the 29 of Arkansas with 3:55 to play in the third quarter. The starting linebackers are all back in the game now. McIver gives the ball to Carl Robinson. Robinson gets a couple of yards to about the 27.
They elected to blitz that time rather than to drop off into zone coverages because they were getting burned, so they decided to come after him. They ran a draw, and of course it was very difficult to run against that blitz.
The crowd is 44,031 at Razorback Stadium today. 39-3. Iowa beat Michigan today, 9-7. Hawkeyes are alone at the top of the stack as Wisconsin got beat by Michigan State. A lot of surprises again on this 6th week. The pass is complete to McCloney, and McCloney is caught and dragged down by Kent Reaver, cornerback.
McCloney is a very fine receiver, and McIver gets good blocking from his line. He just turns back to the inside. McIver, it's man-to-man, nobody underneath, to knock the ball down or force a deflection, and of course they get a first down on the play. Good blocking by the offensive line. They're trying to blitz and they can't get to McIver.
McIver now 9 of 21 for 168 yards, 3 interceptions. McCloney has caught 3 of those for 58 yards in the ball game. First down for the Longhorns as McIver sets up to throw it again. Shoots it, and the pass is incomplete. He nailed it right on McCloney's numbers, but he really shot it in there.
It's actually the same play they just completed. That time he didn't hang on to it. Protection was there. McIver delivered, and he just didn't hang on to the ball. Don't go away from a good thing. If they've got one working, they're in man-to-man. Go back to it again.
Ball is on the 17 of Arkansas. And it's second down and 10 for the Longhorns. Little goes out. Change for Texas. Johnny Mullins is in. He comes wide to the right side. They're coming again. The pass is caught. We've got a penalty flag. I think the clock ran out, did it? So they're going to nullify that. They put that boy. He made that. McCloney made the catch down on the 1, but they were a second too long in getting the play off.
Delay a game.
Well, life is full of humbling days, isn't it?
Well, I've been through them. I've had them happen.
We all have.
Boy.
I wouldn't want to be the folks waiting next week. Who does Texas play next? SMU?
Dead ball.
SMU.
Delay. Offense. Second down.
That'll get Ron Meyer's attention, won't it? Ball is back at the 22 now. And this there's, what is that country song? Someday a diamond, someday a stone. Is that it, Andy? Second down, 15. McIver's pass down the middle for Sampleton is checked away, and there's a good play by Keith Burns. Good thing Burns was there now, because Sampleton is 6'6", and Burns is 6'3", and he was able to get up there with him. Sunday night special, ABC, NFL, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central. The Rams and the Cowboys. The Cowboys smartened some after that shellacking by San Francisco. The Rams got away with a 2-point win in Atlanta. Pat Hayden, I understand, is going to be able to play this week. And on a regular Monday night presentation, Chicago and Detroit. Third down and 15. Here's the blitz. And it's almost intercepted by Goff. Jeff Goff's having a heck of a day. He's recovered a fumble, intercepted a pass, and almost had his second, and it was Steve Douglas, the linebacker, who was blitzing up the middle. That forced McIver to lob it.
One of the few times they've been able to get to him and force an early throw. But look at McGough right here. Almost intercepts that ball. Great play. But that versatile defense has people all over the place. They, coverage-wise, rushing-wise.
Well, it also makes the defense a little more interesting for the young people to play, too.
They can't find everybody.
Fumble! Arkansas takes over the ball. To go in the third quarter. Timeout, 39-3 Arkansas.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Breeden Dodge is selling out through October 31st. Not the dealership, just the cars. The 1982s are here and with a large selection of many colors and styles. That means the 81s must go. So they're moving them out and at very low discount prices with over 55 cars and trucks to choose from. Never again will you receive a better price or a fairer deal on a new 81 Dodge. Also, Breeden's has a large variety of good, clean, late model used cars, new or used. Breeden Dodge is your complete car headquarters.
Now that summer is at a close, that doesn't mean that the maintenance or the construction of new pools is over. In both these situations, upkeep is a must to enjoy these pools for years to come. So no matter the need, whether you own a pool or build them, Cola-Cola Pool Trial is the product for you with a complete line of products, including chlorinated granules, algicides, or water clarifiers, and all the products that dispense, skim, and chlorinate the pool for you. We've got them at Future Chemical Company.
Call Future Chemical Company today at 646-8917.
As shocking as it is. And Arkansas has the football as they hold Texas. They take over at their own 23. First down. Brad Taylor's in at quarterback. It's called a confidence builder. Give it off to Brown. And Brown's prancing around. And picks up a couple out across the 25, maybe 3 yards up to the 26. This is the way that's gone for number one this season. Michigan started out in the preseason polls. They lose the opener to Wisconsin. Then Notre Dame goes up. They lose. USC goes up for 2 weeks. They get beat. Now it's Texas' turn. And Penn State probably going to be up there next week because they won big today and were sitting in the number 2 position. Taylor spins, keeps it, gets a couple of yards, and that's all. Sims is back in as he hobbled out a little while ago, but he's back in.
Looking down the line, Keith, not only Penn State, but Pittsburgh's got a very fine football team, and of course they're going to be playing later in the year. That possibly could be for a national championship. Both of them undefeated. As Penn State also has Alabama and Notre Dame on the schedule.
Ball is sitting at the Arkansas 28. Third down. About 5. First chance to see Taylor throw it. Good arm on him. And the pass is incomplete. I think he was looking downfield at number 88. Mark Missler, and didn't quite get to him. Mark was knocked off his pattern.
Lost her coordination on the pass route.
Here's what can happen to you when you're making your first year in college football. Mr. Kenneth Sims greets Mr. Brad Taylor.
There it is. Oh, no. Good clean hit.
No, Brad gets up and say, Kenny, I sure am glad you're graduating. Got to punt it now. Leahy's in. Kicks it away from Walls, forcing Herky to let it bounce, and it takes an Arkansas bounce. And it rolls all the way down to the Texas 11. And we're winding down to the final seconds of the third quarter. That was a 61-yard punt. Once you let it bounce on this rug and it's dragging its tail, it's just going to go and go and go and go.
Everything's happening right for him.
So Texas now will pick it up and try to move it from their own 11. They've had a single field goal. They did not have a single first down in the first quarter. Arkansas rattled them for 15 points in the first quarter. Terry Orr is in the Texas backfield for the first time, number 37. MacArthur looking to throw it. Rick gets it up, and McIver's pass is too long, intended for McCloney. That stops the clock at 36 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Well, Texas, to get back into this ball game, they're going to have to get an awful lot of help from Arkansas when they had the ball. For example, that last series of downs when Arkansas had the ball back in their own territory, Texas needed a turnover. Here they've got to do it all on their own. It's very difficult with just a little over a quarter
left. They've got the
left.
secondary. They've got a center fielder way back there. Carver getting some pressure. Penalty flag is thrown. That's probably a penalty against Texas. The ball is dropped by Terry Orr. Again, the quarterback scuffling around. And the one thing I should point out, in all fairness, that Terry Orr was the only eligible receiver who came back to help. It's illegal use of hands against Texas.
Probably turn it down. That'll be 3rd and 10.
It's got to be one of Lou Holtz's biggest wins. You know that? It's got to ring right with that Orange Bowl.
Well, you know that. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. That was another game that was totally unexpected.
Yep.
Very much
Little
like
use
this.
the hands offense. Declined. It's 3rd down.
And 10.
Yeah, that was a complete surprise because he had, I believe, suspended some players and so forth. No one expected the type of thing that happened. Very much like we see in this ball game.
It's been a long game, too. In time. McIver rolling, always is, of course, and you're forced to pass this much. He gets it off just before he crosses the line of scrimmage. Donnie Little goes up trying to pull it down, and the ball is knocked away. And once again, John Goodson's going to have to stand back around his end zone to punt. The crowd stand up for that Arkansas defense.
Well, they certainly have shown Texas an awful lot of different alignments and coverages and personnel changes. People being all over the place. You can't count on where they are. They're very unpredictable. Don Lindsay has done a great job here.
Goodson's kick is away, and it's a beauty. High hanger for Gary Anderson. Fair catch at the Texas 49. But even so, despite a high-hanging kick by Goodson, they travel 38 yards into the wind. Anderson makes the catch, and Arkansas has the ball at the Texas 49. So once again, they're camped right there in midfield. Taylor stays in at quarterback. Colbert and Douglas behind him. Give it to Douglas. Douglas breaks it big over the right side and goes for a first down at the Texas 35. He picked up 14.
The quick trap in there really opened up. He had good daylight in there.
Well, I don't know. A whipping may make this bunch of Longhorns pretty rough next week. Third quarter's over. We'll continue after this commercial message and a word from our local station.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
We could never afford to pay $700 or $800 cash for a color TV like this one. But we didn't have to. We went to Quality Rentals at 2117 Midland and found just what we were looking for, with no credit hassle, and all the rent applies to the purchase price. We don't have to worry about service because it's free while we're renting.
Call us at Quality TV and Stereo Rentals for fast, free delivery and free maintenance while you rent. Quality TV Rentals, 2117 Midland. Call 785-2497 now.
Walmart Sound Center has quality name brands at everyday low prices. Prices no one else can beat. Like GE's new programmable digital clock radio. The direct entry keyboard lets you set the clock easily and accurately. And it's only $56.84 every day. That's a price no one else can come close to. Walmart Sound Center. There's no sound reason to pay any more.
The football is at the Texas 35 with 15 minutes to play, in possession of Arkansas. And Arkansas leading 39-3. Texas came into this ball game ranked #1 of the nation. Just been a total surprise. Here's the ball kept by the quarterback, Tom Jones, after a fake to Tolbert. And three-quarter numbers read this way.
One of the interesting things, if you look at the total yards, you see there's not a big difference, certainly not what the score reflects. But when you look at the turnovers and where they occurred in this ball game, in the field position that it gave Arkansas, and of course the poor field position that it gave Texas, is the difference in this game. Certainly the score is not reflective of the statistics.
Second down and 10 now. Outside it comes to Thomas Brown. Brown is wrestled down around the 31.
Well, he's given Brad Taylor a chance to play in there, number 16, a freshman. I think he had 52 touchdowns in high school rushing and about 35 passing. Now, that's a lot of times in the end zone in his career.
Tom Jones had a whack in the side of the head, but I don't think that's why he's not active. He seems to be all right. He's moving around on the sidelines, is involved in things. It's just that he Bill Pierce, the other quarterback, has a broken bone in his foot, and he wants to season what he thinks is an outstanding young freshman. Boy, he had a man wide open down the middle. I mean, he had number 80 all alone, Steve Clyde, down the middle, and he didn't see it.
That's right. Clyde was wide open. I thought sure that he would see him, and it would have been another touchdown. But he threw back to the back, circling out of the backfield, and overthrew him at that.
So that brings up 4th down and 7. And Leahy is in to punt. William Graham is the drop man for Texas, but he's not anywhere near. They're obviously, Leahy is going to try to knock the ball out of bounds or kill it deep. No pressure on him. He's hit the knuckleball. They're going to get it.
Dumped it in there again.
Look at that. On the 2. Just been one of those days for both teams, really. Good for Arkansas and bad for Texas. And next Sunday here on ABC, a couple of events we'll have for you, and part of the Sports Beat program will feature a profile on George Steinbrenner, who has been somewhat in the news of late. This is the 6th time in this football game that Texas has had to start its possession inside its own 7-yard line. That alone is a demoralizing kind of a day. McIver out of the end zone. Penalty flag thrown. Pass is incomplete for McCloney. Too high. Maurice couldn't get it. But let's check the penalty.
It doesn't make a whole lot of difference. It's going to be 1 yard, and they're going to turn it down. Holding again. Whew. They'll take the down.
Looking now at some of the scores, this ball game is running quite long, and I don't think we're going to have a score show. So we'll run down some of the scores. Number 2 ranked Penn State won big over Syracuse today. Florida State lost to Pittsburgh. Dan Marino came back to the Panthers, and they had a big day at Florida State. Time called right here. The referee in the background defining the penalty. It is 2nd down, and time is out.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Yes, we're that little paper, the Razorback American. We are your free community paper, featuring an accurate and complete television and HBO directory. Let us help you put your selling message into action with creative ads that get results. Root for us. We'll work for you. The Razorback American newspaper, 3900 Rogers Avenue, 782-3633. The Razorback American. You can afford to advertise with us.
If you think diamonds are a girl's only best friend, watch what Fink's Jewelers does with pearls. The alluring, mysterious pearl, born from exotic waters, with an inner glow that would make an oyster blush. If you thought diamonds were a girl's only best friend, come gather pearls from Fink's. It'll be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Fink's Jewelers, 69 Central Mall, Fort Smith.
Well, they have every right to be.
2nd down and 10 for Texas. As the penalty was declined, John Walker pops out of there and runs it up across the 10-12, maybe a first down. No, fourth-ranked North Carolina had to come from behind today to handle the Wolfpack of NC State, 21-10. And there was a big upset. Maybe not that big. Iowa's been playing tough all year. They hold wins now over Michigan and Wisconsin. And sixth-ranked USC is leading Stanford in the third quarter, 25-3. Number 7 Clemson won over Duke, 38-10. Ball is given again to the I-back, John Walker. And on third down and short, he gets the first down as he crosses the 15. Eighth-ranked Missouri was trounced by Iowa State today at Ames, 34-13. And Georgia rolling now against Vanderbilt in the fourth quarter, 46-21. Vandy had an early lead. And Michigan State beating Wisconsin today, 33-14, which puts Iowa all alone at the top of the Big Ten. And it's been a while since that happened. Just over the 15, first down for McIver. Going deep. Intercepted. Picked off by Danny Walters, his second interception. Herky Walls on a fly down the sidelines, and Walters timed it and pulls it down.
Well, Walls is trying to go deep, about all Texas can do to try to get back in the game. And, of course, Walters, 22, is staying right with him, times the ball well. Great catch, great interception, I should say. Maintains his balance and starts to run up the sideline, finally runs it out of bounds. He likes it, all right.
Fourth interception by Arkansas and the sixth turnover by Texas. Hogs ball, very close to their own 48. Douglas, penalty, as Douglas gets to the Texas 49. Other scores, Ohio State coming from behind. Face mask against Texas. That's about the only penalty they haven't had, or a moment of misfortune they haven't had today.
Oh.
Charlie Pell's Florida Gators rolling today against Ole Miss, 49-3. Alabama beat Tennessee 38-19. The ball is marched all the way down to the 35 of Texas, where it's first down. Oklahoma got in step today.
Defense. First down.
Nebraska was right on their pace with a 49-3 win, so it looks like the Cornhuskers are starting to roll it. And there's a pretty good couple of pretty good football teams right there. Miami and Mississippi State, with State winning 14-10. Once again, Miami loses a tough one. They lost a tough one to Texas. Down the line comes Brad Taylor with it, and by the time he had made up his mind what he wanted to do with it, it was too late.
Well, the inexperience is there. Of course, the difference between Jones, who's been around a while, and, of course, Brad Taylor, a freshman. Indecision as he came down the line. But, again, it was well defense.
Baylor has now scrambled that Southwest Conference situation even more so with the 1917 win over Texas A&M, the team that had edged Houston last week. And BYU now coming back. They were upset last week by Nevada, Las Vegas without Jimmy McMahon. And Tulane won big today over the Air Force. On second down at about 13, the pass is away to the sidelines, and the pass is completed to Derek Holloway.
Now, that's what Lou Holtz was talking about when he was talking about Taylor being able to release that ball quick. Watch this on this sideline cut. Rolls out to the right, little sprint out, and watch him deliver it right there. Bang, perfectly thrown away from the defender. Run just a little out route here with the timing. This is Derek Holloway, number 29. The timing is beautiful on this play. Drives the defender off, plants, and comes back away from him. And the ball, you can see, was there.
Taylor turns, hands the ball to Tolbert. Tolbert a yard over the left side. They needed on that previous play 13 yards. They got 13 and a half. 11 minutes and 20-odd seconds to play now as Colorado has a win today in the Big 8 against Oklahoma State, 11-10. And UCLA at halftime over Washington State, 10-7.
Well, they're giving your old school a pretty good go here.
Arizona and Oregon going at it. Arizona, the team that beat USC last week, 13-10. Taylor keeping the ball, and he is wrestled down around the 22. Arkansas leading by a score of that fella hadn't missed many meals. 39-3, and they're staying on the ground pretty much. The Tigers Tigers of Auburn with a big win today. West Virginia coming back after a loss last week to Pitt. That's 2 losses in a row now for Virginia Tech. And those are scores out of the Ivy area. Navy beating Boston College today. 3rd down and 8 now for Arkansas. Taylor gives the ball to Thomas Brown. Brown to the 20. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Going to go for a field goal.
Cornell beating Brown today, and Temple beat Rutgers. So Wayne Harden's Temple Owls win 1. Purdue over Northwestern. And Army. Kavanaugh rebuilding things up at West Point some these days. Leahy hit a 47-yard field goal in the first half. This is a 37-yard attempt. He's got it up there, and he's made it. And so that runs it to 42-3 for Arkansas with 9 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the football game.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
From the land of sky blue waters, from the land of pines, lofty blossoms, discounts, feel refreshing.
Pour an ice-cold Hams and treat yourself to the premium beer from the land of sky blue waters. Great tasting Hams.
Hams that feel refreshing. Hams that feel refreshing. Hams.
Come to Arkansas Mill Fabrics in Evelyn Hill Shopping Center for an amazing demonstration of the quality and performance of the Bernina sewing machine. Watch the Bernina float easily across 8 layers of denim. Now Bartack 16 layers of denim. Sew across 12 layers of denim and sew a finish over lock seam on the edge of sheer nylon tricot. All this with no change in tension, pressure, or needle. Take 5 minutes to investigate the Bernina sewing machine at Arkansas Mill Fabrics in Evelyn Hill Shopping Center, Fayetteville.
Arkansas will kick it off now after that 37-yard successful field goal kick by Leahy. And Herky Walls comes up to the 5. And crosses the 30 to near the 32. The last time Arkansas beat Texas here in Fayetteville was 1965. And that was a 27-24 ball game. I remember Arkansas had the lead. Texas came back to take the lead, and then Arkansas pulled it out late in the ball game, 27-24.
And 2 years ago at Little Rock, the Razorbacks upset Texas over there in a great game.
9:39 to play in a ball game. McIver's going to throw it. He goes short. The pass is caught by Terry Orr, a sophomore from Abilene, and he runs out of bounds up around the 40, just short of the 40. And that stops the clock again. There were so many turnovers, so many mistakes, so many measurements, and all those things going on. That first quarter went on and on and on, and as a result, it's been a very long football game, and it's going to get longer because Texas is going to continue to throw it.
Yeah, exactly right from the standpoint of the turnovers.
McCloney on a timing play turns just in time and has the good hands to make the catch just over midfield. These are the most valuable players in the ball game. I don't think anyone can question what Kenny Sims meant to the Texas defense today. Without him, the score might have been doubled. Arkansas's Tom Jones was a master. He missed early. He had opportunities to put a lot more points on the board, but he certainly put enough up there.
Not only that, he ran exceptionally well.
Yes, indeed, and handled the ball club very well. That's the important thing. Again, the fullback Orr out of the backfield, and he reaches the Arkansas 45 on the first down. So he picked up 4 yards on the quick drop by McIver and the short pass. See, Houston plays SMU tonight in the Southwest Conference. So, you know, that game could have a good deal of meaning, too, particularly for Houston. Now, Southern Methodist can't go to the bowl. They've been sanctioned, but Houston can, and they were a loser by a point to A&M.
That was last week, wasn't it?
Yep. We have to draw straws to get a championship team in the Southwest, the way things are working out. Arkansas lost to TCU, so they have a conference loss. That pass is thrown down the sideline. It is incomplete. Danny Walters right there. Defending on the play, going down was Ronnie Mullins.
They were trying to blitz the passer, which means Walters has got to stay one-on-one, and that is not easy. Now watch Danny. Turns his back again like he intercepted the ball. The ball's just, look at there. He got his right hand and deflected it away. Another super play by Danny Walters.
That's now 33 pass attempts by Rick McIver. That's a new Texas record for a quarterback. The previous record was Joe Clements in 1955 when Joe threw the ball 31 times against Oklahoma. The team mark is 37. That's a new individual record, but I think the team mark's going to fall here too before McIver's done. Throws out there to Orr again. Arkansas is leaving that fullback alone out in the flat. And he picks up another Texas first down as he takes the football down to the Arkansas 35. Herschel Walker carried the ball 39 times today for 188 yards.
So, 2 TDs.
The big horse is starting to roll again, isn't he?
He's some kind of player.
Vanderbilt was the team last year that really put Walker into national prominence when he had a big ball game, 263, 273 yards or something. Again, good protection for McIver, and he whips the pass into the tummy of Big Lawrence Sampleton, and it's going to be another Texas first down. So now the Longhorns are moving downfield. They have the ball first down at the Arkansas 23, and McIver has now thrown the ball for 214 yards, and the bulk of the Arkansas first unit defense comes back on the field.
Yeah, the linemen. He had the linemen particularly. He's got Burrow back in there, Richardson back, Hill, Billy Ray Smith, of course.
McIver still has a lot of time, and the intended receiver, Sampleton, downfield, runs into Keith Burns, and the two of them fall down. The ball sails over their heads, and there is no flag.
One thing about this ball game is that, of course, the score, 42-3, makes it awful tough on Texas. But I've been impressed with their pass protection. Arkansas has not been able to get to McIver. They've tried everything. They've blitzed them with everybody. They've dropped off, rushed 3 men, 4 men, blitzed 8, and they cannot get to him, or haven't thus far.
Pass is incomplete. Again, a timing play as McCloney was trying to turn back to the ball and couldn't get there. He has now equaled the team record for passes attempted with 37. The next one will break the record. It is not one that Freddie Akers cares a whet about either.
It's been a tough day for him. You never know when your team's going to go to the field and make those kind of mistakes.
Over the middle, Rodney Tate trying to go up for it, and looked like in that melee somebody might have tipped it. Teddy Morris was defending with him, and downfield was McCloney. Whatever the pass is incomplete, and that is a new Team Texas passing record. 38 attempts. Largest number of attempts in Texas football history. It's been going on for some 77 years. Texas came in here today trying to win number 600.
Yeah. They won't make it through today.
Yep, they named the athletic complex after the old redhead. His football teams produced the money to build it. McIver, Sutherland after him, throws the ball, incomplete, rounding the ball. Bruce Sutherland. He threw it away, and it's intentional grounding. That's loss of a down.
Well, that's one they haven't called today on Texas.
But not the only one we've missed, isn't it?
They've had everything else.
You know.
Well, you get into those catch-up situations, and certainly I've
have intentional grounding, loss of down, first down.
When you start to play catch-up football, can backfire on you and the score can just mount, but what's the difference if you're going to get beat and you're going to try to get back into it? Why, it's the only way to do it.
Arkansas now is just going to try to run out the time, kill the clock, possess the win. And what a win.
A little grounding. 5-yard penalty, loss of down. It's first down.
And I think one of the interesting things is you had the #1 team in here, and you had Arkansas unranked in the top 20, which tells you there's a lot of balance in college football today.
Lance McCann is now in at quarterback for Arkansas with 7:55. Turns and hands the ball away. And carrying is Nathan Jones, a freshman out of Texarkana. Jones has been playing in the defensive secondary, and they just moved him over to the offense. Rick McIver sets a new Texas team record for pass attempts today. Previous record was 37. He has now thrown the ball 39 times, all of it in a catch-up effort. Carrying the ball, Nathan Jones again.
Nathan Jones carries.
And they're going to be looking at third down and about 7 or so.
By Lang.
Cougars have come back against the Bruins. Homecoming weekend at Washington State. They're all jacked up there. That's my alma mater, and I tell you, the nostrils were flared.
That'd make it 6-0 if they win this one.
Yep, best start since 1930.
One of the few undefeated yet.
That's when I was a freshman, yeah. That one came from Chuck Howard, our producer, who's a Duke man. I'm fussing around here, mildly distracted for the moment, as young McCann was in the ball game, and I'm trying to find out if that's Lamar's boy. It is. Okay, that satisfies me, because I remember Lamar McCann when he was a great player here. Oh, beauty of a kick by Leahy. And Herky Wall's fair catch is, guess where? The 5-yard line. Oh, what a day for the Longhorns. A 46-yard punt, timeout.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Shelter knows how it goes, how things happen, yes indeed.
Congratulations, Dad. See you Thursday.
You see, the game was tied, and I was rounding third base.
Dr. Rogers.
Don't worry, I'll bring you the forms. Give this to your doctor.
Shelter knows just what you need for your life, health, home, and car. A Shelter Insurance Pro who'll be there when you need him to put things right.
Shelter Insurance, all the shield you'll ever need.
It doesn't take long to figure the advantages of Superior Federal's new tax-free All-Saver certificate. The $2,000 in interest you can earn tax-free is the safest, highest-yielding investment available to anyone in the tax bracket over 28%. To make a good thing even better, when you open our All-Saver certificate, we'll throw in the calculator we used for the figuring absolutely free. Superior Federal has the best deal in town on All-Saver certificates. It figures.
Noise in the background. Frank Broyles not getting word. Then they tear down the stadium in their joyous delirium. It's made out of metal. It's going to be hard. Here are the Longhorns. John Walker getting outside. And Johnny busted up across the 15, close to the 20. Give him the 19 on the carry. The biggest margin of victory right now on the scoreboard ever for Arkansas against Texas.
And totally unexpected.
I didn't meet very many people in this city yesterday that really were firm in their belief as to how we're going to win it.
They really were discouraged. You know, the TCU thing really dropped their morale.
They lost 28-24.
Yeah. That was all I heard. People concerned about that loss. But by golly, Arkansas has put it all together today.
5.5 minutes roughly to play in the ball game. Texas on 2nd down and 6 now from their own 23. John Walker high-step it out and get himself a first down. Right now, let's go with that Ohio farm boy, Dave Dials.
Georgia and Vanderbilt today, and the story is twofold. First of all, Herschel Walker, 39 carries for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns. He, of course, a Heisman Trophy candidate. And the other half of the story, Lindsey Scott, a fine receiver. has caught enough passes today so that he now becomes the leading receiver in Georgia history. Now back to Keith.
All right, David. Football looked like it might have come loose on that play. Arkansas saying we've got it, but the man wearing the white hat hasn't said so yet. Now he does. 7 turnovers for Texas. All got away apparently from Terry Orr, the fullback. Well, I don't know, Era. You know, you want me to mention it? That thing that happened to you in the Coliseum?
Yeah, why not?
The year that Notre Dame went out and had led 24-6, I think it was at halftime, and SC turned it around 55-24.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you something about that, though. In the Oklahoma game, I just want you to know that the White Horse fell down.
Oh, it didn't fall down any times I was up in that Coliseum, I'll tell you that.
Scott Reed is in at quarterback now for Arkansas. And Scott hands it off into the middle, and the melee in the trenches brings the penalty flag. At 4:40 or so to play.
And everybody getting into the game, too.
But if you're going to lose, like you said, you might as well just go ahead and get your tail whipped, and you go on and put things back together the next week.
That's right. I mean, whether it's 42-3 or 10-9, the 10-9 is much more difficult to take than a game like this.
Sort of like the way I play golf. See what happened to Tommy Watson the other day. He was down in Pensacola, opens with, what, a 64? And then shoots 76.
I saw that. Well, that's the thing that can happen, you know. That's why this game is so interesting. It's unpredictable, and it's multifaceted. So many factors that you can't control. You think Akers thought for a minute they were going to come in here and fumble the way they have the penalties like they've had?
A little use of the hands. Offense. 5 yards. First down.
Arkansas now just trying to get most of the young people into the ball game as the clock continues to roll along at 4.5 minutes to play. And Lance McCann now is in there, number 17 at quarterback. Handoff goes inside. There's a lot of grunting and shoving and pushing as Tim Joyner gets a couple of 3 or 4 yards. And that brings up another group onto the field.
Well, you know, next week for the preparation, Texas's preparation, actually he'll have an easier time getting them ready than he would if they had lost a close game, because they'd all dwell on it and talk about it. Now there's nothing to dwell about. They made the mistake. It's over with. They played a game that's totally unexpected. They turned the ball over against a team that was really high. They need 11 men out there, don't they?
Yep, now they got him. And he got it off. McCann, the quarterback, keeps it. And he gets a couple of yards. Arkansas's got all the points they need, leading 42-3. They'll be looking at Houston. Houston tonight playing SMU. And Texas next week will be playing SMU, which won't be easy.
And this is one of many, many surprises that we've had during this 1981 football season, and probably more to come.
McCann turns and hands the ball off to number 30, Mike Wagner. There's a familiar name in the game of football. Los Angeles and Dallas here on ABC Sunday night at 8. Then our regular Monday night offering at 9. We'll bring you Chicago and Detroit. World Series starts next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. The winner of the Los Angeles-Montreal game of tomorrow going against the Yankees, and the series opens in Yankee Stadium. Lou's out on the edge of the field saying something to Leahy, the punter.
It's 25 seconds gone.
He wanted him to, I don't know if he wanted him to take the penalty and take the extra time or just grind the clock. I think that's what he wanted.
Yeah,
Let it run out.
I think so.
Take the 5 yards.
Right, at this point, it makes no difference, field position-wise and certainly score-wise.
I think Fred and his troops would just soon go get on the bus, wouldn't you?
You bet.
Dead ball. Delay. Offense. Fourth down.
You can't change the outcome of this game. But, you know, going back to what we talked about earlier, Keith, this business of momentum and the emotion in a game after a key big game, it does have a factor.
Has a 25-yard punt, but again, very effective down at the Texas 11. 2:29 to play. Texas has literally dug themselves a hole. They've been down on their end of the field virtually all day long. They're back down there again. And Robert Brewer is now in at quarterback. And Rodney Tate gets outside and turns a big gainer for the Longhorns as he runs it up across the 40 to about the 43 for 32-yard pickup.
One of the good things in a game like this where Lou Holtz has been able to play virtually everybody that he's dressed, from a morale standpoint, it's just terrific because the following week everybody is thrilled. They've been in a big game and one where they've been on television and beaten the #1 team. That's quite a parlay.
First down for the Longhorns up on the 43. Brewer sets to throw it and throws for Tate, misses him on the sideline. Clock stops again. I guess we've said just about everything there is to say insofar as one surprises in this year of college football, the hazards of being #1. What has happened to Texas today? Pretty well defined. It's been a blowout by Arkansas. And the whole thing was started by the fact that Texas just kept making so many mistakes early in the ball game. Into the sidelines for Sampleton. And he's out of bounds, stopping the clock at 2:10. The executive producer of ABC Sports is Roone Arledge. Coverage of today's game was produced by Chuck Howard and directed by Andy Sedaris. Our technical director, John Allen. Our associate director, Ben Harvey. Our technical manager, Barb Armbruster. Our unit manager, Irma Norris. Assistant to the producer, Garland Peet. The researcher, Jerry Klein. Our statistician, Mike Swanson. Jayhawks a pair. Klein and Swanson. Short dump off to the fullback 4. And he gets it down across the Arkansas 40 to about the 37. And again, the clock stops on the movement of the chains at 2:02. And we're just barely, we're going to go down with the sun.
I'll tell you, it's going to be close to dark. They've just got these lights at the far end of each corner here. It does give some light.
Back goes Brewer to throw again. And goes short to Sampleton, and he doesn't hang on. Texas getting off an inordinate number of plays using the short passes to the sidelines. But it has little more than training impact for the Longhorns down the road. This is the second worst defeat ever inflicted on a Texas football team. The worst was TCU back in 1956, 46-0. It hadn't happened in recent times. Oh, no, sir. Once again, Orr. And Orr trying to bust out of there. He is stopped inside the 35, down around the 34. Well, you think in terms of collegiate athletics and what it can mean to a university. And let me say this about Fayetteville. I was surprised. I went walking around town the other day with Frank Broyles, and I really was quite surprised at the amount of growth in this community. And what has happened today on the campus in this community will have a lot of impact for days to come.
Yeah, listen.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Hi, I'm Tom Bull. We're celebrating the opening of our new location at 2210 Towson Avenue with some great buys on Whirlpool appliances and RCA TVs. During our grand opening, you can buy a Whirlpool refrigerator, only $3.99 in trade. Whirlpool microwave oven, only $2.98. Big savings on Whirlpool washers. Save up to $100 on RCA ColorTrack TVs. Tom Bull's Appliance Center, 2210 Towson Avenue. We can make you the best deal in town, and that's no bull.
Where does the Safeway Triple Cash Rebate Guarantee mean the most to you? At the checkout counter. Because it's your total food bill that counts. And dollar for dollar, your total food bill is less at Safeway. And Safeway guarantees it. We pay you triple the difference in cash. You save or we pay. That's the Safeway Triple Cash Rebate. A guarantee you can count on. At the checkout counter and throughout your Safeway store. Come shop Safeway and see. You save or we pay.
Time has been out for some time now for Terry Orr, who had carried the ball. He's leaving the field. They have put a splint on him, and for all the world, it looks like might be a pretty stiff injury. It's too bad.
Yeah.
It's been a total disaster day for Texas, and then to lose a fine young athlete like that just doubles it.
Well, just a freshman with a good career ahead of him, and at this stage of the game.
A minute and 33 seconds remain to play in this football game, which has belonged solely to Arkansas. 42-3. They had 15 points in the first quarter and might well have had more.
Yeah, that was the key thing. Jones overthrew a couple of wide open receivers.
Robert Brewer, the quarterback for the Longhorns, throws complete to Sampleton, and Lawrence Sampleton is down inside the 15 to the 14 of Arkansas, and that stops the clock at 1:25. When did we go on the air? 2:30? Kicked off at... Been here a week. We kicked off at 2:47, and it's now 7 minutes after 6 or so. Gain is inside the 10, down to the 8. Ball carried by Rodney Tate for Texas. Longhorns trying to ram it in the end zone and get themselves a touchdown. Here comes the Arkansas defensive unit back into the ball game. Not all of the first unit, but some of the first unit coming back. See, Bobby Sean's coming out, 77.
Taking a timeout, putting the first group back in. Is that Jeff Goff in there?
Yeah. Danny Walters.
Bourne.
Dameron.
Probably want to see if they can keep him from scoring a touchdown in the game.
George Hall back in. Steve Douglas back in. World Series next Tuesday night. 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Game number 1 from Yankee Stadium. The Yankees against the winner of tomorrow's Los Angeles-Montreal game. The first 2 games will come out of New York. Then they move it after a day of travel to the National League City. Dodgers stayed alive today. Bert Hooton getting the win. Hooton, incidentally, on November 21 will go into the University of Texas Hall of Honor. Bert was an All-American for the Longhorns in his collegiate days. Blitz on. Brewer runs away from it, throws in the corner. Touchdown, Texas. Longhorns put one on the board. Caught by Donnie Little.
Well, I tell you, say one thing about them. They didn't give up. They kicked pumping, and they went against their best. Just a rollout, good comeback pattern by Little, and they get on the scoreboard with a touchdown. Well, maybe it'll salve a little of the wounds, but at least they'll be able to finish on a high note in this game.
$89 yards, 9 plays. Minute and 31 seconds. A lot of those plays into the sideline, stopping the clock. Less than a minute to play in a ball game. They'll go for 2. Brewer lofts it up, and the pass is complete to Brent Duhan, number 7, a freshman out of Port Arthur in the ball game. And Texas now with 11 points, 42-11 Arkansas.
Well executed play here. Actually, for the 2-point. Oh, this is the touchdown here. It wasn't the 2-pointer. Here's where he rolled out to the right, Brewer. And Donnie Little comes back in the end zone, goes down for the ball, makes a good catch, ball's in play. Here's another angle of the touchdown that Brewer throws to Donnie Little. You can see they've had good protection all day. Here it is, Little going down and making a good catch. Get an isolation on the receiver. Donnie Little driving Walters up the field. Walters had a great day, but he gave a touchdown on that one. There you see it, turning away from him. There's another good throw by Brewer. Just lofts it up. He's got man-to-man coverage. And he turns over his left shoulder rather than his right and gets a 2-pointer.
We can't say we didn't adequately cover the moment of success for the Longhorns. Chuck Howard and Andy Sedaris made a monument out of that. Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to particularly play them next week. Oh, look at this. Texas may have the ball.
They do.
They sure do. Onside kick works, and they get the ball back with 56 seconds to play in the game, and the man who covered it was Mike Luck. And Fred probably wishing they had lights in the 5th quarter. The ball is at the Arkansas 48. And 56 ticks remaining on the clock. First time they possessed the ball anywhere near that kind of field position. The pass intended for Lawrence Sampleton, a little bit behind him, and he can't reach back for it. 2nd down and 10.
Now Brewer threw his hands up in despair.
There's a young man whose visage, I think, reflects the kind of a day it's been. Rick McIver, the Texas starting quarterback. It's just one of those days that you shrug off and go on.
Yep.
Learn from it.
See baseball pitchers knocked out, come back and throw a great game. That's what sports is all about.
Brewer drops it off to the short man. Mike Luck, 26. Mike's a sophomore out of Houston, 200-pounder.
Do we have any statistics on the longest college game ever played?
No, but we're within shouting distance. Cornbread was burned 40 minutes ago. Ball on 39. Well, I'm certainly not going to complain because for people standing down there on the sidelines wearing white shirts, it's been a longer day. The Texas band went through all kinds of troubles and floods and late hours and everything to get up here to perform at a pregame and halftime. And now they're facing a long bus ride back. Football team gets to fly back. The band goes back by bus. Mike Luck again with the ball. And runs over an Arkansas man as he goes out of bounds down around the 22, 23, and mark him up near the 24. And once again, the clock is stopped at 29 seconds. A lot of surprises today. Alabama's outburst against Tennessee, somewhat of a surprise. Mississippi State beat Miami in a good matchup. Iowa beat Michigan at Ann Arbor 9-7. Wisconsin was defeated today by Michigan State. Ohio State had to come from behind to pull their game out against Illinois. Up the middle goes Luck, runs it down to the 20 for a first down, and that'll probably stop the clock again at 23 seconds.
And a timeout by the Texas sideline.
Pittsburgh with a most decisive victory today over Florida State. Florida State had gone through one of the toughest schedules I guess any college football team had ever tried to play in the month of October, and I guess they come off of it 2-2.
Well, let's see. They lost to Nebraska, and turned around, upset Ohio State, Notre Dame, and then Pittsburgh. What do they have? LSU left on that Oktoberfest.
Right. Herschel Walker and the Georgia Bulldogs were down in the first quarter to Vanderbilt, but came back to win today. There's the Pitt Florida State score there, 42-14. North Carolina was behind early against North Carolina State. In fact, I think the 3rd quarter, and came back to win. There, the Iowa-Michigan we told you about. Clemson remains undefeated, and there's one that was a bit of a surprise. Not that Iowa State would win, perhaps, but to the degree they did, 21-point margin. Georgia, Vandy game still going, and Georgia still adding to the total. Herschel had 188 yards, if I remember, and something like 39 carries. I'm sure he's no longer playing. Robert Brewer going to try to run it, can't do it for much. 15 seconds, and we get a Texas timeout with 14 seconds to play. And Texas now, neither team with any more timeouts remaining. Goalpost is beginning to come down at the other end of the field. It is metal. Florida with a rolling win today over Ole Miss. And the old redhead head now to get his eyebrows pulled together a little bit, I think, because they're pulling down the goalpost. I don't know what you can do with that thing, though. It's metal, and you'd have to take a hacksaw to it and be there half the night sawing it up.
I want to see him break that up into pieces.
Yeah. Somewhere recently, though, somebody anticipated that their team might be able to win. Here's Lou Holtz now going down to the end of the field, try to get him out of the way. Meantime, the football game's going on. Lou is down there, lost in the middle of this. See him? There he is. He's in there yelling and hollering to leave it alone. We need it. Season's not over yet. And he wants him off. You know what? He's going to have his way, too. They're leaving.
My golly, that's... there goes one in.
165-pounder goes down. He runs off 1,500 people. Well, folks always did respect authority here in the state of Arkansas. They did pull one side of it off, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
I remember one time at Michigan State several years ago, I think it was 1968, I saw a young fellow climb up one of those things in the post-game celebration, fall down and injure himself for life. Donnie Little, the intended receiver in the end zone. The pass is a little bit high, and it goes incomplete with 8 seconds to play.
Well, old Plank is going to have to dig down the budget to get that repaired. And they're not cheap, I'll tell you.
No, they're not. They have saved the pieces, however, for the moment. But the greatest thing, though, the real circumstance is the fact that it's so easy to get hurt. If that thing comes tumbling down, it can knock your head off.
That is dangerous.
Colorado with a 1-point win today. Another score you just saw. Brewer stands back, whips the pass to Donnie Little, goes through his fingers, drops incomplete with 4 seconds to play. 4. Now the Arkansas cheerleaders are trying to hold the student section back in the stands. There's still time for one more play. They want to get out and dance because it's been a long time since an Arkansas, in fact, never has an Arkansas team been as dominant over Texas as they have today. And only the late touchdown by the Longhorns has kept this from being the widest margin of victory ever for an Arkansas football team.
Well, hopefully they'll go back and regroup. What, they got another timeout here?
No, they don't have any more timeouts.
Well, I think the official timeout he called.
Joe must be staying overnight.
Calling.
4 seconds to
There
play. Texas will run one more play. The Razorback fans are going to be roaming and gloaming, awfully happy tonight as Brewers passes away into the end zone, incomplete on the final score. Arkansas 42, Texas 11. Travel arrangements paid through. Promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. That's what friendly skies are all about. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay on TV 40, TV 29.
Say, if you're an owner-operator and you have transmission or differential problems, then you need to see us. At American Shifty Corporation, we're experts in what we do. And what we do is rebuild transmissions and differentials. We have exchange units, parts, or we'll rebuild yours. So remember, when it comes to truck transmissions and differentials, come to us at American Shifty Corporation, 6202 South 29th Street in Fort Smith.
Walmart Sound Center has quality name brands at everyday low prices. Prices no one else can beat. Like GE's new programmable digital clock radio. The direct entry keyboard lets you set the clock easily and accurately. And it's only $56.84 every day. That's a price no one else can come close to. Walmart Sound Center. There's no sound reason to pay any more.
You're watching the Arkansas-Texas replay.
You've been watching HBS, the Hernreich Broadcasting Stations. Throughout the day, we've presented the finest in television entertainment and information. We hope your day has been pleasant and prosperous. KFPW-TV operates on ultra-high frequency channel 40 with an effective radiated video power of 646,000 watts and an effective audio power of 129,000 watts. Network service for KFPW-TV is provided through microwave links WGM-90 and WHS-21 as authorized by the Federal Communications Commission. KTVP-TV operates on ultra-high-frequency channel 29 with an effective radiated video power of 700,000 watts and an effective audio power of 140,000 watts. Network service for KTVP is provided through microwave links WCQ-536, WCQ-537, and WCT-657 as authorized by the FCC. Offices for KTVP-TV are located at 1 McElroy Plaza in Fayetteville. Offices for KFPW-TV are located at 2415 North Albert Pike in Fort Smith. We hope you've enjoyed your day and have a pleasant tomorrow.